got the roots, he let the beats build, bitch. And we never switch. Even if I'm rich, I'll be broke like I'm Mitch. Niggas talking down, but that's headed in the wrong direction. But I knock that shit out like the boxing section. Cause they can't touch what they can't see. All I gotta do is be the same me. All I gotta do is keep it G. Always be the same me. While I'm solid, boy, they can't change me. No.
We live from the boxing section, you dusty ass niggas. What's going on? What's going on, man? We live from the boxing section, you dusty ass niggas. What's going on, man? I got a very special person waiting in the background, goddammit. Y'all know who he is.
I'm telling you right now, hide your grandma, hide your aunt, hide your mama, hide your cousin. Hey. You know what I'm saying? Your stepmama's favorite.
No, you want him? Ooh, I like him.
I don't have any panties on.
Lady.
What's up, big dog?
What's up, brother? What's up? Talk to me. What's good?
Man, it's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, Mex, you piece of dog shit. Shout out to the homies in the chat. My boy Box Talk 1-on-1, man. I can't wait till this weekend, bro. It's gonna be fucking lit. Shout out to my boy Vegas Vic, man. Salute to you. Mexico. So, what we talking about? What we talking about, DJ, man? It's on you tonight, man. What we talking about?
It's on me. It's on me.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, I think something that happened yesterday or the day before yesterday that's really not getting talked about enough is O'Shaquie Foster it seems like it's finally going to get his shot at a world title at super featherweight against Ray Vargas, man. I think that is a really good fight. I think that is a great fight. One of the best fights that could have possibly been made. I felt like Hobson Conceição possibly could have gotten another shot, considering his last two title opportunities were somewhat marred in controversy, with Shakur missing weight and him beating Oscar Valdez even after Oscar Valdez tested positive. I figured he would get another shot, and he had a legitimate claim to getting another shot, but I just wanted O'Shaquie Foster to get his opportunity. He's more than earned it, and I was glad the WBC ordered that fight for the vacant title.
Yeah, no, he deserved it. He deserved it for sure. But I also think Robertson should have got that. They should have gave him that work right back. Like that should have been a part of the contract, bro, to get that to him. You know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fact that he didn't have to fight the nigga. You mean he had to fight him because Top Rank said so, but technically he did not have to fight the guy.
No, absolutely not. I mean, he's well within it. And I think that gets lost amongst a lot of people, even in title fights, right? When your opponent misses weight, that is always an option. This wasn't something that was exclusive to Conceição. That's in the rules. When your opponent misses weight, you have two options. You can either pull out of the fight, rightfully so, which you have that opportunity to do, but you could also still take the fight, have an opportunity to win a world title, and take some of your opponent's money. Like most guys have put in the work and put in a training camp, paid for a training camp, and they don't want to just go home empty-handed.
And he could have fought for the vacant title.
Yeah, he still could have possibly fought for the vacant title. Possibly fought an O'Shaggy Foster for a vacant title. But he decided to gamble and take bet on himself. And, he didn't win that fight by no stretch of the imagination, but I still think he should have gotten his third shot. I mean, but it's one of those situations where it is what it is, man. I think he'll get another shot eventually. He might even get the winner of this fight, but he might even get the winner of Ray Vargas and O'Shaggy Foster. But I'm just that's always an option for whenever somebody misses weight. Your opponent does not have to take that fight. He doesn't. We can feel however we want to feel, but as far as the rules are concerned, your opponent was in breach of contract, and you can then choose not to take that fight. Box Talk 101 said nobody cares about O'Shaggy. We want to hear about Jake Paul. Salute, man. Mex finally found him a tag team partner who cares about Jake Paul as much as he does.
No. This a 3-man tag team matchup. And with that being said,
we gonna run that train again. All right, man, enough's enough. This is my girl now, all right? Ain't gonna be none of that fucking sucking, none of that. I love her. I just proposed to her. What? We all just did our thing. Like, nigga, that was then. Now it's now. That was 10 minutes, whenever. She good now, man. I love you. You gonna marry me?
¡Viva la México! Hey, that motherfucker don't even drink. That's 100% sober.
The boys are back in town. What's up?
Yeah.
Shout out to my light skin never on time, partner, play partner Kyle. Shout out to the headbutt champion of the world, motherfucking DJ. And shout out to my tag team on these midget ass bitches Santos, man. How y'all feeling tonight?
Hey,
man, what's up, man?
Feeling great. Listen, you see what the avatar is, so y'all know what time it is.
Oh,
shit. The face of fucking boxing.
The great white hope.
The creme de la creme. The cream always rises to the top, motherfuckers.
And he is cream colored, so you know where he's going.
Hey, Max. Oh, man. Hey, Max, you know what's crazy?
What's that?
My son's grandmother recognizes my fetish for them midgets.
Hey!
She told me the other day when I was over there playing with the baby, right? He said, I said to her, he just looked for them midgets. That's what he wants.
I got you, Box Talk.
I said, you already know.
Hey, man. Hey, real recognize real, man. She knows. She knows. I hope you get one, Santos. I hope that we can cross-reference our experiences and see what's really popping, man.
So, I'm gonna give me one. Don't forget about Kyle Davis.
Yeah.
Hey, you better be careful because wifey gonna watch your channel, bro.
She don't give a fuck about my channel.
As a true wife shouldn't.
She don't give a flying fuck.
Hey, it's gonna be the one night she tunes in. So you rather be with a midget? My baby, it's not that. I just gotta see what it's like. It's not love. I love you.
Yeah, man. But dude, well, O'Shaggy Foster gets his shot, but I think Robinson deserved it way more though. I think that he put himself in a position, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Top Brink would have to be mad at me, bro, because I'm like, fuck that, bro. I'm not fighting Shakur Stevenson. If I can fight a lesser guy, then I know I can beat him. Because honestly, bro, I think Robinson can give O'Shaggy Foster a tough fight.
Absolutely, that would be a tough fight, but I would still favor O'Shaggy Foster in that fight.
O'Shag Hennessy?
Oh, that's a good idea.
I don't know.
That's a great idea if that could have happened.
I'm not even gonna sit here and act like, hey, Vargas is the one that it was that Puerto Rican Mexican fight, right? When dude was talking hella shit and he knocked him out.
No,
Ray Vargas is the guy who just beat Mexayao.
Yeah,
the guy who beat.
Okay.
Yeah, he's moving up in weight. He's moving up from 126 to 130, according to the WBC, and they've granted him an opportunity to fight for the vacant title right away. him moving up in weight. I think he petitioned the WBC to move up in weight and fight for the vacant title.
Man, I kind of hope that Shakur says, "Psych, I'm staying here, and everyone needs to fight me." I love it. I want him to be undisputed. I think him being undisputed and trying to fight. I want to see 2 undisputed champs. I don't think we've seen that yet, where undisputed moves up to fight another undisputed. That would be kind of crazy. We ain't seen it yet. There ain't been that many, but like I said, man, I predicted this shit. I'm on camera predicting this shit. At the end of last year, I said that in the next 2-3 years, we'll probably see an undisputed champ in almost every weight class.
I mean, we got quite a few undisputed title fights these past couple of years. Now, it might not have been the matchups that we wanted, but we've definitely gotten a lot of undisputed fights. Like you look at Jamel Charlo, you look at Cinnamon Alvarez, you look at Devin Haney and Kambosos. I mean, we've gotten quite a few. We've actually been kind of spoiled with the undisputed thing here in the past few years.
And then you got, you obviously got the fight we don't speak about that could happen. We got Fury and Usyk that could happen. We got Beterbiev and whoever else got the fucking belts over there.
Whoever wins between Bivol and Zurdo Ramirez.
Yeah, that could happen. Like, there's still a lot of other fights that could end up in undisputed. You still got the MJ versus Stevie Fulton that could happen. That's two belts and 2 belts. So it's like there's still like all those other divisions that don't got them yet. They're in a good position to be had. So I don't know. This could be an interesting year on the horizon in 2023 going into 24. But
absolutely,
I mean, we'll see how many of these motherfuckers get stripped for their belts and all the politics come into play.
Yeah, I think 2023 is going to be very, very interesting.
Jordan year, baby. Jordan year, baby. Let's go. We ready.
Yeah, it's to me, it's going to be a very interesting year when it comes to
the Bulls going to win the championship. Let's go. Bulls going to win the championship.
Yeah, okay. We got a better chance of seeing Terrence Crawford versus.
Hey, we got a weak ass road in the East, man. We got a chance. Couple motherfuckers get injured. I don't give a fuck. I'll take that shit.
Guard ain't playing.
Huh? It's all right. Let him sit the whole season, come back for the playoffs. I ain't even tripping. Lonzo's more valuable to us in the postseason. If we can just hope for a couple injuries on a couple people, I'll take that shit, man. I don't give a fuck. 50 years from now, they ain't gonna remember.
You and your funky ass pre-roll, bro. Don't nobody give a fuck, man. Hold on, bro. I got.
Hey, what's up though? I'm trying to go to the Warriors, Bulls, and Kings and Bulls, bro.
Hold on, I gotta run through all the drops for fucking Deuce real quick, bro.
Deuce love his Clippers.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that bullshit, man. Can you shut the fuck up?
I would ask America, do not attach any association of this to me whatsoever. I have nothing to do with such idiocy, such blasphemy, such ridiculous nonsense. This is so disrespectful. It really, really is.
I'm so sick of these people. Oh!
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you. We don't.
That's how I feel about the sorry ass Clippers, Deuce.
Hey, Deuce probably rocking a headband going like this right now.
Not the knuckleheads. Not the knuckleheads.
You already know, man. Hey,
Deuce, it gets to a point to where I don't even know if you believe that, sir.
Dude, I swear to God, bro, when that motherfucker told us that Zach Randolph was better than Moses Malone, I still can't believe that. He meant that shit too, Max. That's the worst part.
Hey, I love Zebo, bro. I nicknamed my daughter Zebo after Zebo. My daughter's name started with a Z. Moses would have ate his lunch, bro.
With a shit on that nigga.
A 19-year-old Moses would have ate his lunch.
With a shit on that nigga's couch.
Hey, but Deuce loyal to the soil, man. You know, he probably the biggest Clipper fan I've ever met. For real.
Zach Randolph played for Memphis. Where the fuck that come from?
I have no idea. Maybe he's a GD or whatever Zach was. You remember when they did the cribs for Zach Randolph and his pool table had the fucking big old fucking what was it the 5-point star the GD shit or whatever? Y'all remember that shit?
Absolutely not.
Back in the day, back in the cribs day, he was in cribs and he had his pool table, but he had the fucking.
You might have been on dope. Stay off the dope.
Man, okay, I'm gonna find you a link right now. I'll pull it.
Leave that dope alone.
You over there? Someone over there snorting? So me.
Yeah, you not got the allergies, nigga.
Yeah, sure. Talking about leave that dope alone. Up all night. Well, came at the booty bounce proper.
Tired of the same old teams in the West. And you know what, Box Talk? I said that earlier, and I think, when everybody used to say the East was weak, the East was weak. Well, what was the West when the same three teams kept coming out every year? It was the Spurs, Mavericks, and Lakers for years. For the better part of, 10, 12 years, it was the Spurs, Mavericks, and Lakers. Then you got the Golden State. You got Golden State in there towards the end of the last decade, but it was the Spurs, Mavericks, and Lakers. There wasn't that much parity in the West either.
Who you fuck with for basketball, DJ? I ain't never heard you even talk about hoop like that.
Because I don't really have a team, man. I really don't. I've always followed players. Like growing up, it was Shaq for me. Shaq in Orlando, then Shaq in LA. It was Shaq for me. And then once Shaq decided to hang it up, like I followed Shaq, AI, and then LeBron. Those were my guys.
I see. I put it in the chat, Kyle.
I'm about to pull it up. Give me a second, cowboy.
Hey, y'all have y'all used these before? I have not used these yet.
Great pair of undies.
No, these are the wipes.
Oh, I haven't used the wipes.
Oh, the undies are cool. I still got them. I just haven't worn them.
If there's anything like the draws, man, you in good health.
Bro, I've been thinking about wearing the draws. So I'm like, if bitches just see the Manscaped, they're gonna be like, ooh.
Forgive my computer, man. My daughter just poured her bottle of milk on my shit, so my shit's fucked up.
I like Shaq, but I hated the Lakers, so he went to Miami, and I saw him play with D Wade. Dude was a baller in his prime. Yeah, man.
Y'all see it? Y'all see where he got the star and he got the layer hoop on the ground and shit?
Yeah.
Bang it.
But yeah, man. I see. It was a crazy thing because I loved Shaq, but I hated Kobe.
Man, I hated Kobe,
man.
Hey, I used to love D Wade, and I hated him because he was fucking weird ass, cuck ass words I can't say on YouTube ass motherfucker. So we're just gonna go ahead and
I think he a butt lover.
And just to be clear, there's not a bitch alive that can see Shaq in the post. For all y'all motherfuckers that want to talk that shit.
Don't start that.
Name me one. Man. Name me one bitch.
It ain't even a dude. It's not even a dude. It ain't even a dude that can stand there. So shut the fuck up, man.
That's my point. We're dominant.
You're not shit.
Bruh. I already told you, Kyle. I'm going to pull up, and I hope you got a ball.
You're the most dominant.
Because I always got a pair of shoes and some shorts in my trunk.
Out of here, bro. I
always got a pair of shoes and shorts in my trunk.
Man, I got a pair of hoop shorts under my sweats right now. Nigga,
of course, you probably got 4 pairs of hoop shorts in your shit.
The most dominant players of all time. I mean, yeah.
Or men. Yeah, the most dominant players of all time are men. You right.
Man, dude.
Max, I'm letting you know right now. Maya Moore will give you G shit.
She'll give me G shit. She will not give a professional men basketball player shit.
Just like Brian Scalabrine would give me G shit.
For sure. Man, Brian Scalabrine will give Maya Moore that. Come on, man.
Shout out to my other Alabama.
Maya Moore
I've seen him.
She will not.
I've seen dudes who thought they were nice or who played at a D2 school in college, I was nice. I ain't get my shot.
Was Scalabrine had the open
I've
work?
been at a gym, right? And I've seen Gerald Wallace, right? Give these dudes G shit. Because Gerald Wallace is from Alabama. The town that he's from is probably like 35 minutes from me.
Oh, real shit?
Yeah, real shit.
And Jared Wallace got posters, bro. His highlight reel, like of his prime, he is probably an underrated posterizer. Real shit. Now, as a player, cool, but I'm talking about just the highlights of yamming on dudes. Jerry Wallace used to have some, bro.
Yeah, and I've seen him. I mean, not even like just try to just dunk on guys. I've seen him like just really just not. No, I don't need a pick. I'm good. And just pull up.
Hey, ain't that crazy, DJ? You're saying without doing the one thing we all know he can do.
Right.
Just yam on you. Just bam. I don't give a fuck. I'm fouling him every time.
Yeah, you a weak ass player.
Hey, you get 5, make them count.
Hey, Mark, I don't know why Mex don't like women, man. I don't,
Hold on. Don't start that bullshit, DJ. I did not say I don't like women. I actually love women. I love them so much. I want them to stay women and stop trying to be men. That's how much I love them.
So because they like basketball, they trying to be men?
Yeah, because who they see do it.
Shut the fuck up.
And come on, don't play. Can we stop? Can we stop with it? Look, I understand. Look, go ahead and put it all on me. All right, this is Mex talking this shit. This is not DJ Santos or Kyle because I don't want to fuck up my guy's pussy. All right, so I understand that y'all cannot come out here like I am and just put it out here because you're going to have females in your life like, oh, that's how you feel? So I'm not trying to fuck up no one's pussy, no one's relationship, no one's shit. But there's some things that are scientific, physical facts. And we can dance around subject all we want.
Okay, who gives a fuck? But you can't say they're not nice though. Like
they're not
bro,
nice. They're not as nice as me.
Bro, you can say it about us, nigga. We're not as good as NBA players neither though.
Well, I know that.
So shut the fuck up.
But see, don't move the goalpost. I'm talking about the best compared to the best. You find a female that is the best in her sport at any sport that existed, she will lose to a man that is best in the same sport every time.
No, that's not true. My grandma was
let me ask you something.
Bowling, nigga. My grandma was dusting niggas off in bowling, nigga.
Bro, she's not fucking with the top 10 bowlers, bro.
Bet money.
No, I can't because your grandma not,
Nah, nigga. These are facts, nigga. This is proven, nigga.
No, that's at your local Oakland bowling alley, bro. That's not on the fucking national championships of bowling, bro.
She wasn't from Oakland. What are you talking? You don't know shit, bro. You just talking. This is what you do.
She was playing professionals. What's her shit? Let me look it up right now. What's your grandma's name? Because if you're a bowler, you have your shit in the registry. You have no matter what bowling alley you go to in America, your scores will be counted and you will be documented. So
Davis,
figure it out. Pull it up.
Davis, nigga.
Pull up your milk crusted computer and let's figure it out.
You know what I'm saying? With your stinking ass. Fuck you in that weak ass bucket hat.
Hey, you see that thing? Shit, I can't go on.
Kid having ass motherfucker.
Hey, Mex.
What's happening?
Who would you rather watch play tennis? Serena Williams or
Eubank Jr?
Man, I'd rather go take a shower and jack off than watch any tennis play, men or women. So, but men is more competitive. Serena is better to look at. If that's what we get around to.
That's fucking true, man.
Dude, Serena Williams said out of her own mouth she can't compete with men, and that is the best example you have of a woman being dominant in her sport.
But
she has said, and that's why I love her even more because she's honest.
You know how important she was to tennis, period, men or women. How important she was to the marketing of tennis, her and her sister.
No, I get it.
I would like to implore you to go check that out.
Okay,
just like a player that comes to a certain team, male, a football team, baseball, basketball. Okay, like Deion Sanders, prime time. The way those type of players impact geographical demographics, those teams have to upgrade a lot of this stuff because the market value for their team rises. The attention and everything rises for that team. It's marketing, it's dollars and cents. I'm sitting there in Indianapolis Sunday, and I realized I've been there 3 times, and it just dawned on me that the reason they have such a nice facility up there is because of one particular player. And that was Peyton Manning. They didn't have that before he got there. They built that after he got there. They invested in him. So certain sports, just like Tiger Woods affected golf, certain players have such an impact that these organizations have to build around them. LeBron, Miami basketball wasn't nowhere near the level it became before he got there. Miami was a great city, but the basketball team was not on that level.
Hey, Santos, that's cute and everything, but that ain't got nothing to do with women not being as good as men in sports. Their influence, I get it. Growing their sport, women's sports have come a long way.
What I'm trying to tell you, that doesn't mean that they're not worth looking at and watching. Serena is definitely
women are always worth looking at.
Serena is definitely a person that people are gonna play
because of her ass.
No, it wasn't. It was a play.
Bruh.
It was her play. It wasn't just. It was that was part of it.
But
her sister Venus was not as voluptuous as Serena, but everybody checked her out.
Hold on. Venus might have been a better overall player. Serena had a longer career.
No, you got it all wrong. We all thought that in the beginning, just like her daddy, just like their daddy said. Serena was going to be the best of the two of them. And
but say, how you gonna say that? And Serena mopped up Venus almost every time they played.
Yeah, but I think Venus has a higher win percentage.
No.
Last time I checked, I do believe, but she had a shorter career.
Serena was the closest to breaking that record than Venus. Serena made
no. That's what I said. That because of longevity. I'm talking about percentage of how many times they played and won. It's the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar conversation, bro. You play for 30 years, you're gonna have some records.
Venus went pro before Serena, and she left the ranks before Serena. But it ain't too much difference in how long they played.
No, they're both a great story and shit, but against men, they will lose. And Serena said that herself. People ask her.
We're talking about viewership. You talking about how?
No, I'm talking about how good they are at the sport, how competitive they are as human beings on this earth. There's a dominant species. It's men.
Why would you? Let me ask you something. Why would you even put? If it wasn't about viewership and why people flock to certain sports to look at it, why would you even compare a woman to a man? Period.
Because they keep trying to compare themselves to us, talking about they equal. Women
just trying to perform and stay in their lane and get their viewership.
They don't try to stay in their lane.
Guys like you is always trying to condemn what they're doing.
They don't try to stay in their lane when they're asking for money that the men are getting. They're looking at men and they're saying, "Why am I not getting that money? It's not fair. It's because I'm a woman." No, it's because you're not good at your sport. That's why.
You on some career team right now,
bruh. But I wish I'd be hella swole. But no, it's the argument of like they think they're looking at dudes and what we got, and they're like, I want that too. It's not fair. It must be because I'm a woman. No, it's not. It's because nobody watches your shit, and you are barely better than college men athletes.
I knew that's what you were about. That's why I was talking about it. Now,
but as far as the money, but why do people not watch you?
People don't watch them, and I'm telling you why. The tennis was impacted the way it was. Those two girls, they impacted tennis in a way it's never been impacted before.
Okay.
You say whatever you want to, men or women. They impacted tennis in a way it's never been impacted.
I'm not talking about the impact. I'm talking about, are they better at tennis than the top men?
You keep switching up.
Can Serena beat Djokovic?
You just left the same realm of conversation that I was talking about.
You didn't let me get to my point. I said, why don't people watch women's sports?
People don't want to watch them.
Why not?
Man,
even when it's the finest bitches playing, why don't people watch it? Women don't even watch women's sports. Why? Because they're not better than men. That's why.
They watch tennis.
Bruh. Nobody even fucking watches tennis.
Look here. Until the next Serena happens, watch the viewership drop in tennis. Men and women. Watch it. Guaranteed. Until somebody like until the young lady comes back, Osaka or Coco rises up, the viewership is going to drop. I guarantee it. I'll be willing to put any amount of money on it for men and women.
On women's.
No, both sides, men and women.
No.
Well, in my area, where I come from, the people that I know, if them two sisters are in the news about tennis, we watching men and women. If they ain't in the news, we ain't really caring about it.
I don't know. Nobody over there watches tennis and tunes in for shit.
Yeah, you'll see. You'll see. The viewership will drop. That's I'm gonna tell you something. This is why they don't hire people like you and me, because we don't know nothing about marketing, not enough. That's why they got people in place to
marketing
handle all that
female all
stuff.
day.
If they depended on you to build anything, marketing wise,
Hey, they would get money. They would get money.
Too sexist. No,
They would get money.
And there's no way. You ain't helping them get money now. So how would you help them get money? And you're not helping them.
I would market them how they're supposed to be marketed.
No, you ain't, bro.
That's it. But at the end of the day, to try to be like, and that was the whole thing. It was an interview where the interviewer asked Serena specifically, like, she could compete with me and and she's like, nope,
man, ain't nobody
I cannot. Don't let them fool you. She knows that.
A real individual who cares about those sports, they don't care about a man and woman competing against each other. That's bullcrap.
There's a reason why we
about
don't.
The level of play and what they're going to witness with their eyes. That's all they care about.
Why do men and women not compete in the same leagues? Why?
Because they're men and women. That's why.
Because women would not have a fucking chance, and you know it.
Yeah.
Stop, bro. We all love women. We all like to fuck. We all got moms, sisters, and daughters. I get it. But at the end of the day, let's be honest to the women. The best thing you do for a woman is be honest to her. Don't lie to her.
You wouldn't even have people arguing with you about this if you just go ahead and admit that you're sexist, because you are.
I'm not sexist. The things are what they are.
Yes,
men can't give birth, and women are better than men in sports. It is what it is, bro. Like,
I know you sexist. I know you sexist.
No.
Yes,
it's actually the opposite. I care about women enough to tell them the truth, bro. To tell them the truth.
If you think Mex is sexist,
don't lie, dog. Don't lie to these females and try to act like, baby, you know what? You could go in there and fight Deontay Wilder. You're just as good as him. You're 200 pounds. They can't do shit to you. You know better than that, bro. Y'all crazy. Y'all put your cap on for some pussy. There's not a 6'7", 250-pound bitch that can fuck with Deontay Wilder in the ring, no matter how much experience she got. And you know it. And you know it. So what other sport you want to pick? Dude, even chess where there is no physicality. Females don't win, aren't the best of the best.
You got a lot of ones already, and 2 people, you already got almost 10 ones. All right?
They don't know. They're liars too. They're liars too.
Text 2 if he's not
Bruh, it's very easy. Just give me an example. Just give me one example. All these people that put their caps on can't give one example of a female that would be better than a male at the same sport, the top of the top, the best of the best.
Man, I was gonna run with you, man. And
Amanda Nunes is the champion 145 or whatever the fuck it is. She cannot fuck with the champion men's 145. Where else you want to go? Basketball? You think any female could fuck with the opposing male of their class? Fuck no. Hell no. Kenton Spark ain't fucking with Joanne B.
We don't care nothing about that. Hey,
what other sport you want to pick? Badminton, bro? Ping pong? Pick a sport, bro. It's not
care nothing about a man competing against a woman like you.
Look at all the records. Look at all the stats. Look at everything. You want to talk about physicality? Look at the track times. Look at the high jump. Look at everything. Those are not lying to you. You think the numbers lie because you're in your feelings? No.
We don't care about that, Max.
That's the point. That's all I care about is athleticism. Who is the better athlete? That's it. That's it.
And they all feel like you sexist.
I don't give a fuck what they feel like if you ain't noticed by now. I don't give a fuck what anybody feels like. The fact of the matter is, women are not as athletic as men. That's it.
This is one political subject that you cannot.
But it's a scientific fact. It's not an opinion. It's a scientific fact.
Say it. I'm me, Max. I am sexist. Say it.
No.
There you are.
I love women enough to tell them the truth.
You are sexist. Yes, you are. You are a sexist.
Horseback riding, shooting, and racing. No, Danica Patrick never won shit, bro. She has never won one title yet. Now, she plays high. She's done better than some dudes, but the best dudes are still better than Danica Patrick, who is the best woman, right? Like, what more do you need? Hey, like I said, I'm not gonna fuck up your pussy, Santos. You don't gotta agree with me in case one of your girlies see this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell nah. Hey, dodgeball, you can smack all the girls easy because they can't catch. So that's what I'm saying. We know what happens. Come on, man. Like, y'all could keep lying to yourself. I hope you guys don't lie to your family members like this. I hope you don't sit there and tell your daughter she can compete with a man in her sport.
Man, that would be a lot. No one talks about men and women competing with you. We don't look at it like that. We looking at the sport itself and the people the genres competing against each other. Same-sex genres. We ain't think about no men and women competing against each other.
Everyone can watch whatever they want.
About that. Only
but
sexes think about that. Only guys that think about
hold on. You can't say that, Santos, because I said I don't even watch men's college sports because they're lesser athletes. That's it. All it has to do with is lesser athletes. The end. That's it. I don't watch men's college. I don't watch men's amateurs. I just watch the best of the best. If I say who, I want to see who the best boxer is. I'm going to watch the dudes fighting for the championship, bro, or dudes competing professionally. Not amateurs, not around my way, backyard fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I watch the best of the best, there's the best for a reason. People have championships for a reason. People compete in the best league for a reason. People spend their whole high school, college life to get into the pros for a reason. Like, even when it comes to shooting a basketball, they don't even shoot a basketball better. Like, there's nothing. Name one sport.
Yeah.
One sport. Look at this shit. As of April, come on, bro. That won a race.
Come on, bro.
Just winning one. That has nothing to do with physicality, even. That's just driving a car.
Come on, bro.
Come on, you see
me. You're on the island by yourself.
You're on the island by yourself. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. Y'all. I am so used to you guys just avoiding the truth of what's happening right here. There's one sport where women are better than men. What is it? What is it, Boxing Talk? Let me know. Giving birth. Hoeing. Stripping. See? And I'll say the same shit. Men strippers and men prostitutes don't make as much as women because that's their lane. Gymnastics, I don't know, man. I don't know. As far as pulling off moves, I believe that men pull off the harder moves by difficulty when judged by judges. Because why? They're more explosive. They can spin more. They
still
can
trying to play your case, man.
Meg, stop that shit, man.
Still trying to play your case, bro.
No, you know why people watch women's gymnastics. It's not because it's fucking competitive.
Okay, why you like Joanna, man? Why you like Joanna, man?
Joanna, man? I don't watch no tranny shit. You're the one that supports all that shit.
Hey, you support a
guy like Joanna man tattoo on your left thigh.
Hey,
don't ask me.
You support that African.
He said women are equal.
That try to be a chick and compete against a lot of people. You support people like that.
Women are equal.
Real life Joanna men.
Women are just good athletes. That's
chicks
why they're all away. Hey, we can solve this very easily. We can make every league open to both sexes and see who makes
Mark,
the
I'm already here.
Hey, you support chicks with dinglings right now. That's what you sound like to me. Chicks with testosterone.
Actually, yo, guess what? Chicks with dicks will still beat chicks with no dicks in sports because they're men.
I told y'all thought I was joke. Yeah, I told you.
Hey, so Max, you don't remember Jermaine Dayrandami beating the dude in a kickboxing match?
You said what?
You don't remember Jermaine Dayrandami beating a dude up in a
I don't even know who the fuck that is, but the fact that you said a dude and you don't know his name means that he was lesser. Was he also the best?
No.
Was he also the best?
No.
Was he also the best? What was she ranked? What was she ranked in her in women's? Hold on. No, I said of equal. I said of equal. No, here we go again with the bullshit. Oh, Maya Moore school you. Of course she will. She's a professional basketball player. I'm coming off the couch, but put her against a men's. I'm saying of equal. So she was ranked number 3 in her kickboxing.
Man,
Did she fight the number 3 men? No, she didn't.
You put her up against that power forward from fucking DePaul, and she gonna eat his ass up too. Yeah.
No. Yeah. College men will still dominate women's professional basketball for sure.
You believe that if you want to.
Yeah, for sure. Take the championship team that won the NBA final, the WNBA finals, and put them against the men's NCAA finals championship. You tell me which team's gonna win. It ain't gonna be the women, and you know that. So stop.
Shoot, hey, that was the time and there were college teams that were better than professional teams.
Y'all,
men. So what are you saying?
Facts. I mean, no. There's never been a men's college team better than
there's Mr. College.
There's never been a men's college championship team that is better than NBA championship team. I'm talking about the best versus the best.
I'm talking about a college team just whooping on.
If you want to pick one, you could say the men's championship college team is probably better than the worst team in the league. Possibly, maybe.
Remain this: you need to compare apples to apples
and you're not.
And don't compare apples and oranges against each other because they're two different fruits. That's reality.
That's why I told you, wherever that woman is ranked, if she is the best, she's the champion, or maybe she's number 5 or number 10. Put her against number 5 and number 10, or the champion of the other. Exactly where they're at. It's not close.
I
it's
just
not
said
close.
you should compare apples to apples and oranges to oranges, not
That's what I'm
apples and
saying.
oranges against one another. We don't need to compare women to men.
So we're not the same.
Sports.
So admitting we're not the same, Sento.
We should look at women competing against women to see who the best women are. Men against men to see who the best men are. Period.
And why is it not compared?
It don't need to be mixing. It don't need to be
Why
mixing.
is it not fair to compare both? Why is it not fair to compare both to each other?
Why? Okay.
Why?
Okay. Do you want to know? Do you want to have sex with another man to see who's the best? You or him?
The fuck?
Exactly.
What the fuck?
Exactly. So you don't want to say that.
That's just like
that was SCG. SCG came in real fast. I don't know where the fuck that came from. You want to compare the fucking men to sports? You want to compare fucking men to sports? Come on, bro. Come on. You want to compare putting dick inside of an anus
like, well, can they beat the Jaguars? Can they beat the Browns?
No.
Like, come on, man.
Men and women are designed to mate, not to compete against each other in sports.
So and why not?
No, you talk.
Why would it not be fair for men and women to compete in sports together? Wait, man, you a wild card for real, Santos. You bringing up shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Just answer the question. Why would it not be fair for men and women to compete together?
Like men competing against women have anything to do with anything.
I'm just saying, like, why wouldn't it be fair?
Men competing against I don't compare men and women.
Why wouldn't it be fair? Why wouldn't it be fair?
That's why we got all this homosexuality on television, all out the public.
Mark, to answer your question, women's sports are dog shit because they ain't men, according to Mex.
No, and college. I said college men too. I put them in the same category. There are certain exceptions. I do support Clarissa Shields. You know, already know, fucking, Valentina. That's the baby. Every time she's on, I'm gonna watch that shit. Because why? Because they're like, because their mentality is like men in their sport. It's like they're savages. That's why I fuck with them. But even then, as much as I love both of them, they will get dogged out by the top fighter of their weight class.
Hey, I'm about to get knocked out, guys. I'm in that area.
But my simple question is, why would it not be fair for men and women to compete in the same league, the same sport, with the same rules?
That's one of the things that I hate because I don't do that.
I just want to hear it out loud because y'all be in denial about this shit. No one wants to just say it out their own mouth.
It's just a simple fact that you don't appreciate women's sports because they're not men. That's what
No. It's not because they're not men. Stop with the narrative. It's because they are included with college and amateur sports as not being the top level of the sport. That's all I'm saying. That's it.
They are at the top level of the sport.
No, they're not. Yes, name a sport. Name one sport. Any sport. The top level is not women's championships. The top level is not college championships. Top level is not high school championships.
It's the top level for women's sports.
No, I said
that's why they compete separately. The WNBA is the top of women's basketball.
Oh, why do they compete separately?
Don't ask rhetorical questions, man.
Just say it. Okay, I'm not gonna force you that. I don't want you to say it on camera and then you get the shit I get. You know what I'm saying? So keep it to yourself. But me and you both know.
You know why?
You and I know what's going on.
We all know why. Any sane human being knows why men and women don't compete together.
DJ, this is the thing. These people do not know, and they will be in denial, and they will put their cape on and come up with a million reasons.
It's not that they're in denial, Max. It's not that they're in denial. Is we recognize that the two are separate, but the highest level of women's sports is still good. You don't think it's the highest level because men are the highest level.
No, it's the highest level of women's sports. I agree.
Mutually exclusive.
I agree. It's the highest level of women's sports. I 100% agree. Just like college championship is the NCAA championship is the highest level of college men's basketball. If you want to put a simple category, but if you say the game of basketball, who are the best players on the planet Earth, they're not women at any sport. That's all I'm saying. And for me personally, I choose to watch the top of the top unless I'm just trying to be entertained. I can be entertained by some shit. I won't take it seriously. Like when I hear Waka Flocka rap, I can listen to him, but I know he's not trying to be the greatest rapper of all time. So I accept them for what they are. My thing is when people try to tell me whoever it is, college, women, high school, that we are just as good as those dudes you watching the fucking national championship of the world. That's why I'm like, nah, you're not. That's it. That's my only blowback. I'm not saying don't watch them, all this shit. I said, me personally, if I say I wonder who the fucking best basketball team is in the whole fucking world, I'm gonna go to NBA Finals and see who won that year. That's it. I'm not gonna be like, well, we have a champion in this one in the NBA, but we also have the WNBA championship, and we also have the NCAA championship and the EuroLeague championship. They should all play each other so we could really see who the best. No, you know who the best is. That's it. No, and so it's like, let's not avoid that. I'm not saying that no one else watch women's sports, that women are lesser of fucking citizens on this earth. They have no. I'm not saying no shit like that. All I'm saying is stop with the whole, a woman could play in the men's league, she had a chance. Well, a woman could score. No. Like, yes, women professional athletes in all their sports will beat me at all their sports. Even chess that is not physical at all. Anything, checkers, whatever. They're professionals, they'll beat me. I'm coming off the couch. But I'm saying if of equalness, that equal person that'll be on the men's side, they're not fucking. That's it. I think it's just sad that people don't want to admit this shit, because I know a lot of people have women in their family, especially daughters. So it's like, what are you teaching your daughter? It's like just like when men teach their daughters, if a dude starts shit with you, kick him in the balls, and then no, run and yell. You have very little chance without a weapon. I would never suggest to my daughter that she should get, oh, hey, you know, the new message with you, let him know not to mess with you. No. You call me and your uncles, we'll handle that shit. What? These are dangerous lessons to teach females. These are dangerous. And I don't think that people understand it, because they're trying to, of course, look out for the mental and the feelings of women. They don't want them to feel less than. They don't want them to feel.
But Max, this is where you lose me, right? This is where you lose me, right? Because Elena Deladon is better at her job than Timothy Mozgov was at his job. Candace Parker is better at her job than Bogdan Bogdanovich.
And Bogdan Bogdanovich will go to the WNBA and dominate the whole league.
No, hold on. Skylar Diggins Smith is better at her job than Mario Chalmers.
Now,
so
would you say Skylar Diggins is a top 5 women's point guard? WNBA. In the WNBA. Like, she's top 5 in WNBA, most likely. Most people think.
Sabrina Ionescu is better at her job than Patrick Beverly.
And Patrick Beverly would still go to that league and just become Michael Jordan. What I'm saying, like, you can pick Cristiano Ronaldo might be one of the worst players I've ever seen in the NBA. He will go to the WNBA and dominate. Scalabrine will go to the WNBA and dominate right now. Retired. Like, I get, like, look, like Skylar, like I said, take the best of the best. Take that Lisa Leslie of her time when she was literally one of the best, if not the best WNBA player. She is not going to the NBA and seeing any of those centers. Any of them. Even the worst dude's going to give her trouble. She might get some buckets. She might score 12 points. She might get some putbacks and whatnot. She can tap in. She is not the Lisa Leslie we all know and love. That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. My thing is, why are people so scared to admit it? There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not like it makes people feel like, I understand it feels like an attack on women. It's not an attack if it's just a blatant truth. It's not an attack. I know it kind of sucks because there's nothing you can do about it, really. Those are the worst things, when someone tells you some shit and there's nothing you can do about it. That motherfucker say, hey, Max, you ugly as fuck. Like, after a while, I was like, damn, I can't even do nothing about that. I'm just ugly. Like, you have to accept your truth. Stop living this fucking fantasy and everybody coddle their fucking, oh, no, you know what? He's a misogynist. He's a sexist. No.
Look. It's not about living in a fantasy. It's not about coddling somebody's feelings. None of that shit. It's all about being, if you want to say being honest or being, there's multiple truths here. We can all acknowledge that women can't play with men on a night in, night out basis. But there are some women out there that could give men buckets.
Yeah, they'll have a good game.
That's my only point.
They have a good game.
82 game schedule, no. because we all know why. The science, we all know the science behind that.
I'm not
We
even
all
like a
know the
crazy.
science behind that.
I'm not even a crazy hooper like that. I've had a couple good games. What the fuck does that mean?
If you don't know, man, I'm sorry.
Well, I'm saying like there's a lot of people that have a couple of games, maybe even have a streak of like we saw what Jeremy Lin did, but Jeremy Lin is not even considered a top 1,000 player of all time. So yes, you can say, oh, but like Brandon Jennings put 50 in an NBA game. You can never say he's trash and can't ball. He put 50 in an NBA game, better than 90% of the people that ever lived on Earth. But he'd never be considered a top 500 player.
Way, side note, you know they making a documentary about that shit?
What, about Brandon Jennings?
No, about the Lin Sanity thing that happened about 10 years ago.
Yeah, man, because it's that Asian shit. I mean, it's a rarity. He's probably the only Asian that ever had a run in the NBA. I mean, it is. I mean,
Yao Ming.
Oh damn! I'll take that back. Oh no, sorry. I'm sorry for the disrespect. I'm sorry for the disrespect. I apologize. I'm absolutely wrong in that. I'm sorry, Mr. Ming. I did not mean it.
Very impressive run.
Hey, Yao Ming is the greatest Asian player ever touched a fucking basketball, bro.
What was Buddy's name? What's Buddy's name?
And hey, hold on. They had a whole documentary about Yao too, though. So.
What's Buddy's name that plays with the Wizards right now? He's decent, but he don't get enough touches because he played with Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal is not passing that bitch.
Bradley Beal taking all the shots. He's going for 50 every game.
Bradley Beal about to take 30 shots a game. What you mean?
Bradley Beal will ball any WNBA player the fuck up.
Yeah, but man, shit. Bradley Beal giving these dudes buckets.
He's not even a top 10 player in the league, though.
No, he's not.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so a not top 10 player in the league will ball in the whole entire WNBA and win the championship and the MVP for however long he wants to compete. Like, sad to say, it is what it is. That's it. At the same time, women strippers will make more money without trying than most male strippers will. There's certain lanes for certain people. Like, it's okay. There's nothing wrong with admitting that shit. There's nothing wrong with admitting shit. My thing is just stop, like, it's just sad for me to see people because I'll be seeing this shit I'll be seeing these panels, bro. And I understand that some people try to save face because they don't want the heat that these motherfuckers see what I get. They don't want this heat. They don't want this smoke. They're just like, nah, I don't know. That's crazy. But when they get off this shit, they be like, oh, that motherfucker was right. I know I can't say that shit though, because I'm gonna get canceled. Everyone's gonna hate me like they hate him. It's cool. But let's just be honest. That's it. And there's nothing wrong.
That's his name. I couldn't think of his name worth nothing.
Oh, yeah, he's like Japanese and black, right?
Yeah. He's actually nice, man, when he gets the ball.
I mean, there's a lot of great, like there's a couple, there's a couple female athletes that intrigue me that I'm like, yo, I made the statement. I'm more excited to see Clarissa Shields fight than Haney and Kambosos too, and then Wilder and Helenius and Plant and Durrell. That's my number one fight this weekend as far as just that fight is the one I'm looking forward to the most. But I will not sit here and be like Clarissa Shields can beat Kayla Plant. She can't. Or what weight she fighting at right now? Which one is this fight at? 154?
160. Her natural 160?
Weight. Okay, 160. She's not.
Yeah, that's her natural weight. She should be at 160. She should always stay at 160. I personally, hold on, because let me turn off.
And she would never beat a man with a belt at 160. And I still love Clarissa Shields. I probably like her more than all the champions with a belt at 160.
But I'm gonna say this, right? The 15th boxing, they got that. What's up, Smoke? What's up?
The 22nd.
The 22nd, though.
Fuck, I might not even be able to watch that shit, DJ.
Huh?
I might not even be able to watch it, bro.
Why?
You didn't see that concert I sent to the crew?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, we got Key Sweat, Bobby Brown, 112, Shy, fucking. It's like 15 fucking groups, bro. Like, I've never seen Bobby Brown perform, and Bobby Brown is one of my all-time favorites, super favorite, since I was like 2-3 years old, bro. Grew up with Bobby Brown.
You know that shit's in Abu Dhabi, so it's gonna be like earlier in the day, right?
Oh, Yes, let's fucking go, TJ. Fuck yeah. Oh, you like,
I'm just saying. Just saying.
that's my dog. Let's go. Never mind. I will be watching that shit. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Is it free? Oh no, it's pay-per-view.
Nah, it's definitely pay per
That's
view.
stupid question. Stupid
Yeah,
question.
see, the main card starts at 9 a.m., bro. My time. So that's like 7 a.m. your time.
That's 6. You're on East, right?
No, I'm on Central.
Oh, Central. Okay, yeah. Yeah, 7 a.m.
Yeah.
All right, well, shit. That means I'll definitely be able to watch that shit.
Yeah, man. The one of the best cards of the year is coming up. We're talking about UFC people.
Yeah, we got
if there are any MMA fans out there, we're talking about UFC 280, which is possibly one of the biggest, if not the biggest card of the year. We got 2 championship fights on that card. You got the reigning champion, Charles do Bronx Oliveira, going up against, one of the biggest hype jobs in the sport in Islam Makhachev. A guy who's on this amazing win streak. He's on like a 9-10 fight win streak. The narrative out there is nobody wants to fight him, even though he's not undefeated. The narrative is out there that nobody wants to fight him and everybody's ducking him and, this, that, and the third. But he's been offered fights and turned them down, trying to secure his ranking. But, the day of reckoning is finally here. He's finally going to get what he's been asking for, and he's going to fight the UFC lightweight champion of the world in Charles do Bronx Oliveira. And personally, I think he's going to get mopped up and finished. I think it'll be interesting for about the first 2 rounds, but then the fight's going to settle in, and he's going to realize that Charles Oliveira is not going to quit the first time he gets touched. Charles Oliveira is not going to be threatened by his take. Is not going to be afraid of his takedowns, and he's not a better striker than Charles Oliveira. So I think he gets finished probably in the 4th round. But Islam Makhachev is Mex's guy, so we'll see what happens with that, man. The co-main is Aljamain Sterling, the UFC bantamweight champion, going up against former 2-time UFC bantamweight champion TJ Dopashaw. In my opinion, I don't think TJ should be getting this title fight, considering he's only fought once in the last 3 years. And arguably he lost that fight. His last fight was a split decision win against another top 5 contender, Corey Sandhagen, in which I believe he lost that fight, but he got the split decision on the judges' cards. And for some reason or another, after coming off, and this is after coming off a 2-year suspension for EPO. And the UFC some way somehow decided that, hey, we're gonna give him a title shot. So here we are now. I'll get Max back in here. So this is where we're at now in the sport. And the one of the fights that I'm most excited about on that card is Peter Yan, the former UFC bantamweight champion, is going up against Sugar Sean O'Malley, who is 15-1 with 1 no contest, but everybody believes he's the next guy up. He's this 5'10" rangy striker dude who's a rangy striker with good submissions, good ground game.
Who? Sugar?
Sugar's got some good submissions. Have you not seen Sugar submissions?
Hell no.
You've never seen Sugar submissions? Sugar's got some good shit, man. He just prefers to strike because he's so long. He's 5'11". Imagine this: he's 5'11", fighting at 135 pounds. That shit is crazy. You don't see that every day. You can't find that in a sparring partner. But he's going up against Peter Yan, who has really good kickboxing. Like I said, he's really good kickboxing and wrestling.
DJ, he only has 1 fucking submission.
Huh?
He only has 1 submission.
But he has some good shit, though. It don't matter how many submissions he's locked up. He has good shit. He just never gets a chance to use it.
He don't want that.
Yeah, man. Next week is going to be really... Oh, yeah. Bilal Muhammad and Sean Brady. That's going to be a good fight. That's going to be a really good card next week, man. The main card starts at 9 a.m. So the prelims probably start a lot earlier than that. Yes, sir. No. The main card, the prelims start at 9 a.m. The main card starts at 1. So that's 11. That's 11 a.m. The main card starts out in Cali.
Get it.
Yes, sir.
That's in
that's 2 weeks from now. And I promise you, if that fight had Sean Brady, not Tom Brady. Nah, Tom Brady has his own fight going on right now, man. But I'm gonna stay out of that. That ain't my business.
Damn.
Yeah,
damn, I see what you did there.
Yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I only criticize him on the field. I don't know this guy personally. I don't like Tom Brady. I've made that known before. I think I think we all appreciate what he's done, but I think it's safe to say that 90% of the league does not like Tom Brady. They all respect him, but I don't think a lot of people like him. Well, yeah, man, we got some. November 12th. If that wasn't so close to my trip, I would consider going to that fight in New York, even though I've never been to a fight in New York. I would consider going to New York to watch Israel Adesanya against Alex Pereira.
Oh, that's a crazy one.
That's absolutely going to be a crazy one. You're going to see one of the best kickboxing matches you've ever seen.
And what if Izzy just takes him to the ground and dominates him?
Huh?
I'm going to predict Izzy to take him to the ground and dominate him, possibly tap him out.
Nah, I don't think he'll go for a takedown. I think Izzy has a point to prove, which can be dangerous when you go into a fight trying to prove a point. You know what I mean? Instead of just going in there and fighting your fight and playing your game and doing your own game plan. I think he's gonna go in there with a point to prove, like, yeah, last time we fought, you knocked me out, but at the same time, like, I've gotten a lot better since then. Granted, probably so is Alex Pereira, but I think Izzy really wants to.
I think he's a little smarter than that, DJ. I think
the last two times they fought, bro, Alex Pereira has beaten him.
Yeah, but I don't think Izzy will go in knowing that. I think he'll use his head and use his techniques to beat the man. I don't think he's if he got him hurt, I'm sure he's gonna take him out, but I don't think he'll go in and fighting out of his head, not using his intellect in that fight, knowing how important it is to his career. It just don't strike me easy to be that type of person. I mean, that type of fighter. Just go in with anger and trying to get his man out of there by, just aggression. I don't know. I know you know that sport way better than I do, but it just the mindset and the 42 I've seen in Izzy just don't strike me as him doing something like that. I could be wrong, but
yeah, I mean, not necessarily going in there angry, but in situations where he would possibly have the advantage, I don't see Izzy necessarily taking advantage of that. I see him trying to, like I said, prove a point. Like Devin Haney, when he went into the Linares fight, was trying to prove a point.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And he put himself in danger. I think both guys really do well. They're master kickboxers. And I think those skills will stall each other out. So where else can Izzy win the fight? Because I don't know how well Pereira's grappling is. I think his one loss in MMA is a submission loss, if I'm not mistaken. But there's not a lot of meat on the bone as far as his resume, because I think he's only had 7 professional fights, Max? Something like that.
Yeah, he's new to the scene. I don't know how many fights he got.
Yeah, I don't know how many MMA fights he has, but kickboxing, Izzy has over 100 kickboxing fights, and so does Pereira, I believe.
Hey, but if Pereira wins the title, if I'm him, I'll fucking retire, bro. I came, I beat you again, Izzy, and I'm out. I'm not about to fight with these wrestlers and these other specialists and shit. Fuck that. I'm lucky enough to get through with some strikers, not really ever have to fight a grappler, and the champion happened to be a striker. Get in, get out, bro.
You know what I think they'll do? You know what I think they'll do if Pereira wins? I think they'll match up him and Robert Whitaker.
When is this fight with him and Izzy?
November 12th. And at Madison Square Garden. Yeah, he lost his first professional fight via rear naked choke. But everything else has been knockouts. 5 out of his 6 wins are by knockout. So
and this is a guy that you're saying that Israel lost to twice in the kickboxing or once?
Yes.
Lost to him twice.
Yeah, first time it was a close fight, but he easily lost by unanimous decision. Second fight, he got sparked out.
Mm-hmm.
Like he flatlined Izzy in the middle of the ring. So
I think that's the one I remember the highlights of.
Yeah, the second fight he flatlined Izzy. The first fight was a close fight. The second fight was a close fight. Well, with the conversation
Smoke is backstage
earlier,
DJ.
The second fight was a close fight, but Izzy got sparked out.
DJ Kyle Smoke backstage.
Oh, okay. All right. What's up, Smoke?
OG on the late night tonight. Oh shit.
What's up? Oh man.
Smoke me out here in these streets, man.
Yeah, I'm usually out on the late night. It's just on a different stream. I didn't sometimes I jump on Kyle's, but man, like he'll be asleep and they can't get on the fucking stream. I didn't even, So anyway,
yeah,
I'm here tonight. Yes, that's what's up. I heard you guys chopping it up.
YB, what's going on, brother?
What's up with you, Smoke?
Chilling. Just listen to you guys chopping it up.
Yeah, man. I want to see Adesanya versus Jones. John Jones is at heavyweight, man. He was always way big for Adesanya.
Fuck Adesanya.
Hey, was that Reggie White he had as his icon?
Who?
Philip
H. Yeah, that's Reggie White. That's the Minister of Defense.
Yeah, man. Reggie White was a beast, boy.
Yeah,
it was. And that look on his face when the Cowboys lost.
Yeah, his arm over move is legendary, man. But he's one of those guys that you say were country strong.
Yeah, he was, and will preach to you.
Right.
He's a real deal, man. When he was at UT, man, whew, that dude was something else, man.
My man was a free agent, he didn't drink, so you can't say wine and dine, but he was definitely being shown a good time by all the teams, and he chose Green Bay when he was a free agent coming from Philly. He chose Green Bay because God told him to go there, and they ended up winning the Super Bowl. So,
sure did. I hated him playing with Green Bay because I wasn't really a Green Bay team, but I was a Reggie White follower and supporter and fan of his. So it wasn't a total sourpuss loss to me, but at the same time, when Pittsburgh lost to them, man, I was so mad at O'Donnell, man. It was like O'Donnell, somebody paid him some money, man, to throw those interceptions. Pittsburgh's supposed to have won easily, but neither here or there. We didn't have the Titans back then, so Pittsburgh was my number one team. But,
GG body him. So DJ, can I ask you who will win if John Jones and Francis, in a fight between John Jones and Francis Ngannou? John Jones.
Francis has a puncher's chance, but that's about it. I think
that's about it. If he doesn't knock out John Jones is a better fighter.
I think just the combination of Francis's knee surgeries and John's oblique kicks is very, very bad. Bad combination for Francis.
To me, in the whole like modern sort of UFC, John Jones and Mighty Mouse are the best that I've seen.
Fuck yeah, Mighty Mouse. Fuck yeah.
Mighty Mouse will go down as possibly one of the most underappreciated champions that ever lived.
The most underappreciated champion. I don't think is there another champion you can really name that was more underappreciated than him with the accolades he had? I mean, you might be able to name one champion having like a little 3-4 runs or some shit, but Mighty Mouse.
Yeah. And I think it's just because he fought at 125 pounds
I
his career.
think most UFC people are like overhyped. Actually, like that dude was the goods, and nobody talked about that dude. He's I don't know what the deal was with Mighty Mouse. He rubbed him the wrong way. That whole TJ Dillashaw shit was some nonsense. But yeah, like what a talent. I loved watching that dude fight.
Absolutely, and still getting it done in another promotion. He got knocked out, big deal. I'll come back. I'll fight you again, and we'll see what happens. And it's crazy. He ends up knocking the guy out. I can't remember his name. I think it's Alex Moraes. He ends up knocking him out the same way he got knocked out with a knee.
Was that Amazon Prime fight that just happened?
Yeah. Well, it happened I think it happened back in August. Happened a couple months ago.
Oh, okay, wait a minute. No, that's something different then. There's something else is coming on. He's having another fight.
Yeah, ONE FC is on Amazon Prime now. It used to come on TNT, but I guess their contract thing it ended. But you know, it gets hard to catch. It was hard to catch those fights before they started putting them on streaming services because it's an all Asian promotion, and you know you'd have fights going on at fucking 3 a.m. here. So you know, and that's when the fight would happen live. It happened like 3 a.m. or 5 a.m. So I'd be up trying to set my alarm, like, oh man, I can't wait for the fight. Well, when's the fight happening? Oh man, the fight goes live at 3:30 in the morning here. So, but it's a lot of good fighters over there in Asia, man. At ONE FC, you even got Eddie Alvarez over there. You got John Lineker over there. These are former UFC, not only UFC champions. Ben Askren was dominating over there. You got former UFC champions and UFC top contenders over there, fighting some of these guys and actually doing pretty well. And you got these guys also sparking out some of these guys. So it's a good promotion, man. There's good fighters everywhere. Even Bellator's got a nice little winter schedule coming up.
Hey, when does McKee fight again?
He just fought last weekend.
He fought Pitbull again?
No, he fought Spike Carlisle.
Oh,
not a name you know, but Spike Carlisle is a really, really good fighter, and AJ McKee dominated him.
I know his dad said it was because he was smoking weed. That's why I lost. Like, man, don't be blaming the weed.
Yeah, don't be blaming the weed.
Motherfucker.
Oh shit, man.
You want to talk about a female I care about? It's good old Mary Jane. Ain't gonna be no disrespect. This platform.
My homie's uncle was fighting James Kitchen here in Oakland, and the family came like before the fight. Actually the night before the fight, he was partying, smoking weed, and they started betting on James Kitchen. His own family, man. Oh yeah, he lost too. You know, newsflash.
Which let me see. Why is AJ not in the UFC? Because he chooses not to be. He's happy where he is. And Bellator has some good fighters, man. All the best fighters. UFC is the biggest promotion, and they have a lot of good fighters. But all the best fighters are not in the UFC. AJ McKee at that time was when he was at 145 featherweight in MMA, was quite possibly the best featherweight on the planet.
All right.
I would have picked him against Alexander Volkanovski.
All right. So, what year? How far are we from a cross promotion in MMA? Bellator versus UFC.
UFC is not going to do it. Bellator does it all the time. Bellator does it all the time with other promotions.
No, I'm just talking about Bellator UFC. Like when? How far away from it? 10 years?
Once Dana White steps down.
A million years.
Once Dana White steps down, then maybe. But Dana White is not going to do it because he got burned like 20 years ago. by Pride Fighting Championships back when Pride was a big thing over in Japan. It was one of, if not the biggest promotion at the time. And that's where a lot of these legendary fighters
That's the one
came
that Hickson came out of, right?
Huh?
That's the one that Hickson came out of?
Yeah, Hickson, Shogun, Hua, Vanderlei Silva, Crow Cop, Rampage Jackson, all these guys. They all came from Pride. And Dana White and Pride had an agreement. They had a contractual agreement to send one of their fighters over there to fight in Japan, which Dana White did with Chuck Liddell. He sent Chuck Liddell over there. Chuck Liddell goes over there and gets sparked out by Rampage. And Pride Fighting Championship was supposed to send Vanderlei Silva back over here to fight. I think at that time, either like Rich Franklin or Evan Tanner or something like that. And Pride Championship never sent Vanderlei over there. They kept playing with the paperwork. Oh, well, his passport and, all this type of different shit. But the fight never materialized. And Dana said at that point, I'm not going to cross promote again. Because you're using my guys who had to have a bigger platform that he said had a bigger platform. You're using my guys to build up your fighters, and you're not going to send one of your champions over here to do the same for my guys. So I'm not doing that again.
Yeah, but you could. You don't. That's a really weird way to cross promote to begin with.
Yeah, but you also have to look at
fighter swap. Like, what the fuck, fighter swap? Like, it's kind of kinky. Like, why don't you just cross promote one event? Like, you guys just co-promote one event.
I pay $100 to watch that shit. Champions versus champions? Only? Hell yeah.
Champions versus champions. But you gotta really think about it. Like, look at the UFC heavyweight division and the Bellator heavyweight division. Like, Ryan Bader is the heavyweight champion in Bellator.
Yeah, he'll probably get shit mobbed by fucking Francis. But you look at other weight classes, the 145s, 135. Even I don't know about the female.
The 135-pound divisions kind of match up a little bit because you got Sergio Pettis, who's the reigning champion right now, who's coming off of an injury. Halfion Stotts and Pete Sabatella. You got Adam Archuleta and Enrique Barzola. You got a bunch of good guys over in Bellator that would match up with the Sean O'Malley's and the Pedro Munoz's and the TJ Dillashaw's and the Corey Sandhagens and the Peter Yans. Those would be good fights. Those would be really good fights. Then you got the Patricio Pitbulls against the Alexander Volkanovskis. And those would also be good fights.
Very competitive fights. Even middleweights not bad either.
But the 125-pound division,
even the light heavyweight's not bad. Not bad of a matchup. Being that Glover's the champion in the UFC, so
no, Glover's not the champion.
I would say Prohaska, yeah.
But you got Vadim Nemkov, who is currently the Bellator light heavyweight champion, which I think it should be Corey Anderson, because I think Corey Anderson beat him. They should have gave Corey Anderson the stoppage. But it was it was a weird loophole rule that happened while they couldn't go to the scorecards because it was after the second round in a 5-round fight, and it had to go 3 rounds for it to be for them to be able to go to the cards. But Corey Anderson was absolutely dog walking Vadim Nemkov, and it was like an eye poke or a nut shot or something. It was some foul that happened on the ground, and Nemkov said he couldn't continue.
Hey, when is that rematch?
That fight is happening. It's happening soon, actually.
Yeah, because that's holding up the tournament.
That's the final fight. That's the final fight in the tournament. I think it's November 19th, if I'm not mistaken. 18th or 19th. That fight's coming up, real soon. Hold on, I can look at my phone. That fight's coming up real soon. And then you got Sabatella and Halfion Stotts. That's gonna be a good fight. I love the shit talking between these two. Pete Sabatella, if y'all don't know anything about him, just go on YouTube and look him up. He is, he's your class asshole. He's the Bellator version of Colby Covington. to put it plainly, he's the Bellator version of Colby Covington. Uriah Faber was good back in his day. Philip H.
Under a tier.
Uriah Faber was underrated. Yeah, I mean, Uriah Faber dominated for a long time in WEC, which was just the UFC for the lighter weight divisions, until he ran into Jose Aldo and Mike Brown. But hold on, let me look up this schedule here. Let me see. Yep, November 18th.
November 18th.
November 18th.
Where's that at? Where's the card?
Chicago. Wintrust Arena, which I'm guessing used to be First United Center. November 18th. Friday, November 18th. And then you got Apache Mix and Magomedov on that Friday, December 9th card, the same card as Stotts and Sabatella. But yeah, Smoke, I hope I answered your question. I will go Usman. GG body him. I will go to Usman. Still. Because we're not gonna sit here and act like we didn't see GSP get sparked out too. So
No, you didn't answer my question. Not even kinda.
You said how far are we away? I told you when Dana White retires. So however long it takes for Dana White to retire.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so you did kind of. Yeah. So you did kind of. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Dana White's not gonna do it. As long as Dana White's in charge, he's not gonna do it. So if it takes 10 years, 15 years, 20 years for Dana White to retire, that's possibly when we'll get a cross promotion if these other promotions are still around. A lot of these promotions might fold the tent, or Zuffa, which is the UFC, which is the company for the UFC that absorbed Pride and WEC and Strikeforce. They might just buy out Bellator, or they might just buy out ONE FC. That's when you'll start. Or they might buy out Ryzen, which is another promotion over in Russia, I believe, or Japan. I think it's in Japan. I think Ryzen is Japan. Yeah, Ryzen is Japan. If Zuffa doesn't buy those out, if they just stay independent promotions, then no, you won't see it as long as Dana White is the president of the UFC. So however long it takes for him to step down, that's when you'll see it.
Yeah, that Rising is definitely Japan. That's that was the one that was holding goddamn Floyd hostage for the tension fight.
Yeah. What's going on, Pittsburgh? How you been, man? I heard from you in a while.
Sadness, fellas. I'm riding through a rough patch. Can y'all hear me, or am I breaking up?
Nah, we can hear you fine, man.
Yeah, I just wanted to add to that what y'all was talking about Mighty Mouse. He had a little weird tension with Dana White too, where Dana White and him it wasn't nothing publicly said besides Dana White saying that he might want to get rid of that whole division. So he didn't directly say anything direct toward him. It was just weird.
Yeah, but that was him just being passive aggressive, trying to like strong arm and take that TJ Dillashaw fight for peanuts.
Yeah, it was strange to hold the way that whole situation with him was handled. It was like it was a minor build up, and I think that was like the top of it. It wasn't nothing direct. It was just really weird.
And then they robbed him and kicked him out.
Yeah, I still think he beat Cejudo the second time.
Yeah, I think he beat Cejudo that second time as well.
I think it was 2-2 going into the fifth, and I think he clearly won the fifth, but I don't know. They'll try to get him out of there, man. The trade was already made. We got fucking Ben Askren out of it. And probably one of the worst trades in sports history. Gotta be one of the worst trades in sports history. You got rid of an all-time legend, possible GOAT, for Ben Askren.
But I mean, as much as we love Mighty Mouse, right? And I think everybody on this panel loves Mighty Mouse and appreciates his work. At that time, Ben Askren was one of the biggest what ifs in MMA. Like, well, what if he was in it? What if he was in the UFC? You know, at that time he was like 17, 18-0, mauling people. He mauled a lot of good guys when he was over in Bellator. He mauled some good guys when he was over there in ONE FC. But at the same time, it was like, yeah, man, we really want to see him. And the thing with Dana White and Mighty Mouse is Dana felt like nobody was watching him fight. as great as he is, nobody was watching him fight, and he was running through guys. Mighty Mouse ran out of people to fight. Like, people forget that second fight with Henry Cejudo was a rematch. A lot of his fights were rematches because he was buzzing through people.
Yep. The whole division.
I mean, the first fight produced one of the best moves I've ever seen in MMA or anywhere. That fucking flying armbar.
Oh, that was Ray Borg,
yeah.
but
That
yeah.
was Ray Borg. That was Ray Borg. The mighty armbar.
Yeah, that's definitely that's probably the single greatest thing I've seen in MMA ever.
Right.
Yeah, that one was good. Like, the Andy Pettis off of the cage on Henderson, that was good. And then you just have like this kind of moments, like, you know, the Mark Hunt knee, but you got plenty of shit like that. But those two, but that armbar and that Andy Pettis shit, that was crazy.
Hell yeah. And the Rampage slam, armbar slam.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
Yeah, when he knocked out Ricardo Arona. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but controversy kind of sells in those kind of sports. If you don't have a rivalry, you don't have like John Jones, all the drama and shit, nobody really pays attention.
Right. So he's trying to sell, you know, he's trying to sell his champion, but people forget a lot of his fights were on free TV and people still didn't watch.
They ain't watching.
People weren't watching, man. As much as we love Mighty Mouse and as talented as he was, nobody was watching his fights. A lot of casual fans weren't watching his fights. They would try to build him up, putting him on, you know, John Jones's undercard, or trying to put some more fight. Like, I think who did they put on one of his undercards? They were putting some stars on his undercards and people still didn't buy the pay-per-views. So was he getting the same type of commercials that everybody else was getting? No. But at the same time, like, they tried. They could have tried harder, considering he's your most dominant champion. I think he won like 12 straight fights. 12 straight championship fights.
There was probably a crowd that had the same mindset as Mix.
Oh, my bad. I ain't see you, man. Hold on. Yeah, there we go.
Those probably was, you know, those were the ones they probably couldn't get to watch. The ones that they thought like Mix.
People just love drama, though, Santos, man. People like drama, man. They don't like the people, the purists of the sport, and then like the casuals, they like drama, man. They like conflict. They like some kind of problem y'all got, shit talking, some kind of issue you got. They like all that shit.
But see, I when I think of watching these athletes, I think of watching it from a real sports fan, a real fan of the sport, and watching the art of the sport that I'm watching. Mighty Mouse was such a beautiful fighter to watch, man. A guy like myself, if he's not thinking of the whole realm of everything, he can't understand why people don't want to watch him. If I had the mindset like, I know Mix think I'm putting him down right now, but I'm just using him as an example because he's political about how he feels about certain sports and who's competing in the sports and whatnot. If I thought the way he thought, then it wouldn't be no problem for me not to watch it. But
I'm talking
being
about the casuals,
beautiful, huh?
I'm speaking of the casuals. In order for that guy
to
be built up,
I don't
you
consider.
need the casuals to have that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If I was that kind of type of fan about certain sports, then I probably have a better understanding why they don't watch sports of, especially an athlete who's of the caliber of the way Mighty Mouse has always carried himself and how he's carrying himself now. You know, so just that's when fighters like that gets passed by because people refuse to take the time out to watch the joy and the beauty that they bring to the sport. And because it doesn't fit what their mindset is about what they want to see. I just believe in, when it comes down to a sport, if a person's good, they're good. And why not admire the abilities that they have? I didn't like Kobe Bryant, and I know a lot of people didn't like Kobe Bryant, and a lot of people loved Kobe Bryant. But even if you didn't like him, you had to give it up and admit that boy was golden. I mean, he was one of the best ever. Lace up a pair of sneakers and hit the wooden court. You know, I mean, I love watching Kobe as much as I did watching Jordan when I was watching him.
Yeah, but basketball definitely.
It's a sport. It's a sport, though. It's different. I'm talking about a sport and the beauty of the sport. So I'm just saying, you know, if you, as some of them say, if you're fanboying, you're gonna have those kind of reservations about certain athletes in certain sports. But if you're an actual fan of the sport, you're gonna watch the art and the beauty of it. There's a lot of fighters in boxing that are really good that I don't like, but I got to give them credit because I understand what I'm watching.
See, basketball is really good at building out stars. Basketball is really good at showcasing people and building out stars. Like certain players, like they'll talk about those players no matter what the hell they go in the league. NBA has done a really good job of building out stars, and they have good platforms.
Right now, I'm talking about the lack of appreciation from certain fans. I'm not talking about the sport itself and how they build the players and the fighters and stuff. I'm talking about the lack, the certain fans that have a lack of understanding what they're watching, and don't care about that. All they care about is, you know, if his or her name is this, that, or the third, or if it's a certain weight division, or if it's a certain type of sport. I'm looking at if you are a fan of a sport, period. If you don't have understanding of what you're watching, then you're not going to honor and respect it as much. But if you understand what you're watching, you're going to watch it regardless. You know, that's basically what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the marketing of the sport. That's a different subject.
Yeah, but it's hard to appreciate a sport right now.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say it's hard to appreciate a fight right now when the fighters are fighting. They fight once a year, twice a year at best, and you don't get the fights that you want as fans. So how do you appreciate a fight? And fighters aren't built like they used to. You know, we don't really know their backstories. Most of the best fights nowadays are on social media, and that's where it starts and it stops. We don't see them fight in the ring.
You know, this conversation started with UFC, MMA fighting, not boxing. We were talking about Mighty Mouse. That's how I got started, and the support that he didn't get from his.
Oh yeah, is that Troy Graham? That sounds like Troy, and I heard that same perspective before. Is that Troy? Is that Uncle Troy?
This is the great Troy Graham. And
I knew it, man. How could I know? You still just doing that same shit?
No.
Backstories, man. I haven't seen you in a minute,
I'm
man.
talking to Cintos, Puff.
Okay, no, it's been good.
You actually said that we talk about sports and fan appreciation. That's what I believe is what you said, to paraphrase it.
Yeah, but the athletes and the league, whichever league they're playing in, they both share responsibility, man. And some of these athletes have to get PR people if they don't have enough personality to push that forward. Because most of those NBA players, a lot of the NFL players, when we see them come to the press conferences, they got somebody dressing them out, they got somebody prepping them. Like, you have a certain responsibility that's part of the gig. That's part of it. So, like, a lot of these fighters and a lot of these other people that aren't being promoted, they're not putting that as a part of what they're doing.
Well, I agree with you with having PR and learning how to handle yourself on the mic. But the most important thing that fans want is to see you showcase your talent. And if you're not showcasing your talent, and this is any sport, how the hell are the fans going to appreciate you?
Well, I mean, you could have a hot game or two, man. Look at Jeremy Lin. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be. You ain't got to be the greatest of all time in the league. You ain't got to be the greatest of that day or that week. Just have a hot week on a day when you just get that type of attention. It just happens sometimes.
Here's the difference,
in the right
though.
market at the right time.
We actually agree, but I don't. We actually agree, but when it comes to team sports, they play every week or every other day or whatever have you. When it comes to boxing, we can wait a year, 5 years to get two dudes in the ring. That's that I've never heard of that. Well, I can't work with this promoter because I want to keep all the money in house, which is bad for business. I've never heard a business minded person say that we're not working with this person or that person because you're not going to. How do you make your money then? Run out.
So we're just talking about in MMA how the UFC will never, under Dana White's watch, cross promote. They won't ever fight. There won't be UFC versus Bellator. That won't be happening. But if you look at boxing, we get a bunch of cards every week. The issue is that people try to put the careers of two guys on the entire sport, right? So what DJ is talking about, we get great fights all the time. Now the question is, do we get great fights? The question is, great fights.
Okay. When was the last great fight? Smoke. And I'm talking about recently.
Off the top of my head, that I can remember, like Ugas Spence.
That was a good fan. It wasn't a great fight.
I don't need to define greatness by your standard, right? I mean, it's a great fight for me. Like I can't be like entertained.
No, sir. No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that. What actually made that fight great?
Like you can't.
What actually made the fight great?
For me, like I said, it was a great fight. You're like, it's a good fight.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
Great.
Yes, sir. But what?
I got it. But there's no it's not ordained by God what's good or what's great. This is a personal thing.
Okay, overall, Smoke. When you say something's great, most fans would agree. Okay, there's no question I'm not done. There's no question. The Holyfield Bowl, great fight.
No, I'm
not done.
Great is for people. Like, bro, stop.
I'm just giving you an example.
I thought it was a great fight.
There you go. There it is. You did. That's what I wanted you to say. You thought it was a great fight.
That's what I said. The last time that I can remember.
No, Smoke. You said you're not going to define. You said you're not going to. I
also said it was my opinion. I also said correct. I'm not going to go by your standards. It's by my own.
Exactly, but you're going by your own standards. And you said you thought it was great, but overall,
correct.
You did a great fight.
Who do you think I'm speaking for?
Exactly. The same thing you told me not to do, not to define something by my standards. You define it by your standards, but not the overall standards.
I am the one speaking about my own standard. What overall standard? There's no such thing.
Yes, there is when it comes to sports. When all people
whatever, man. Like, I'm not even going here with, but what the difference between good and great?
No, there most people can agree.
No, there isn't. Okay, so then, if I went to the sports dictionary right now, I would see the difference between good and great, in terms of boxing and fights. Man, if you don't stop and get the fuck out of here with this stuff, man, like you haven't changed a fucking beat since the last time I talked to you. God damn. Anyway, like I said, there's great fights that happen all the time in boxing. You just don't watch boxing, right? You're looking for Riddick Bowe. You're looking for the iconic. Like you literally
by anything that you're going to say. It's defined by the people saying this is a great
ever
fight.
existed in the sport, and you're trying to try to make that understanding, right? Like yes, Ugas Spence was a great fight.
To you,
correct. And Riddick Bowe versus Holyfield was an iconic fight. It's one of the best fights to ever happen in the sport. Of course, that doesn't happen every weekend, or else it wouldn't be an iconic fight.
But you okay, Spence? I'm sorry. I mean, Smoke. What's the other great fights that happen every week? You said there's always great fights, so you don't know.
I said we get great. Okay, we get fights. We get fights every week. You're saying about boxing, you only get fights every 2 weeks.
I said fighters fight once a year, Smoke.
I understand that, but that is about two fighters. That's not about the sport. The sport has good fights, all good and great fights all the time.
Okay, so Ugas Spence wasn't. What was the next one? Spence.
how many?
Smoke.
Am I supposed to like just line up all the great fights that
No,
you
just
didn't
please
watch?
just give me one more because you said there's good and great fights that happen every week.
Yeah.
So it should be easy to give me one more.
I could give you a whole bunch of them, but you don't. Like, what does that mean?
All I ask is for one more, please.
Why?
Please, stop the minutia and give me one more.
What for? What is the point? What is the point
prove
of this
your
exercise?
point, Smoke? To prove
I don't
point.
need to prove my point. I don't understand what your issue
Why'd
is.
you bring it up if you don't need to prove it?
What are you talking about, bro? We're having a conversation about the difference in sports, right? About boxing, specifically boxing. Boxing has cards all the time. They have great fights all the
They
time.
didn't have a card last week.
There's good fights all the time.
Smoke, can you finish your point? I think you're getting derailed here.
Yeah, I know.
Finish your point. Finish your point.
I'm trying to get through it. I think the idea of just because we didn't get Spence and Bud or Wilder and AJ, then that means that we don't get good and great content out of boxing. But I think that's a misnomer, and it's a whole bunch of like the way that DJ was rattling off a whole bunch of like. I think to the layman or to like most people, some obscure fighters like names, you get the same thing in boxing. All right, like for instance, we just got Bam Rodriguez fighting Quadras, which is a pretty decent scrap.
Yep.
And the silence is deafening.
Yeah, it's not incorrect. What's incorrect about that, Troy?
Yeah, you wanted another. You wanted another example, so I figured I'd end my clip on that.
Listen. There's quality and there's quantity. You talking about what you talking about is quantity. I mean, you could keep putting out stuff. It doesn't mean that it's great. Smoke. I mean, I couldn't tell you the last great fight. You name Spence Ugas. Overall, by most fans, it's not viewed as a great fight. The fight that you just mentioned, overall, that's not viewed as a great fight. I don't even know who the hell those people are, but
What do you think overall is? What do you mean by overall? Is that like a magazine or something?
Overall, most fans would agree.
What do you mean most fans would agree? Is that like a poll that you conducted in your head?
If I say Hearns Sugar Ray, no one's going to tell me.
That's one of the best fights. That's like one of the top 100 fights in the last 100 years.
Thank you. We agree. Those
are iconic fights.
You would say that's a great fight. When you say Spence Ugas,
do you think every weekend? Do you think every week is an iconic fight? Do you think that could even?
Okay, why don't we narrow it down? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people right here. Why don't we ask them if Spence Ugas is a great fight? End the discussion.
How would that end the discussion? Do you think that more than 8 people watched it?
Because basically what you're doing is you're getting a different
listen.
opinion.
Let's do this thought experiment. Let's do it. Let's figure it out. Anybody thought that was a great fight?
I thought it was a great fight. Yeah, I thought it was a great fight. Yeah.
Just like I thought it was a good fight. Charlo and Castano fights were great fights.
I thought it was a good fight, a very challenging fight. Plus, it was a fight that was talked about 3 years prior to them fighting. So I thought it was a well competitive fight, and I will pay a second time to see it.
I heard 3 voices.
Well, I already gave my opinion. That would be the 4th one, and then you gave yours too, so that's 5.
Crawford Porter was also a good fight. Thank you.
No. We're talking about Ugas and Spence.
I mean, Bivol Canelo was it though. I mean, it's all right. But yeah, Castano Charlo was way better. Fundora Lubin was a great fight.
Fundora Lubin, that's another good one. Figueroa and Cool Boy Steph was a good fight.
Yeah, that was I think that was just a while ago though. That was like last year.
Yeah, it was late last year. Those were late last year.
And then Massa has really been in good fights. Ayoka Nietes was like actually kind of disappointing as a fight goes. But yeah, that Lee Wood fight when knocked him out the ring, that 12th round, he did that. That was a dramatic finish. I don't know if that was necessarily a great fight, but it was a great finish.
Okay, well, you're all over the place.
I mean, you wanted a bunch. I mean, I don't know.
No. We were focusing on Spence Ugas, and then y'all went all over the place.
No,
But
you
okay,
wanted us to focus on Spence and Ugas, but the
no,
overall point was that we don't get great fights, and we just named a bunch of examples of
yeah,
great fights
you
that have
named a
happened
bunch of
within the
examples of
last year.
fights, but not great fights.
Okay.
Well, like I said, Lubin Fondor was a great fight.
Let's put it in proper perspective.
Lubin Fondor was a great fight. And so was Charlo and
Smoke. Let me lay something out right quick, Smoke. Hold on a second, bro. They're good. They're fights that are mediocre. There are good fights. Then there's great fights, and then there are mega fights. So these older fights that we reflect on, like Spence and Hearns, Hagler and Hearns, Ali, Frazier, those are mega fights. Those are not going to happen that often.
No, I mean the last one. The closest thing was like Wilder Fury 3.
That was a very good fight.
I mean, it's probably going to go down. It was a fight of the year, right? It's probably like that's going to be like a historical fight. Like, yeah, you know.
That fight was very good.
It's going to be talked about this year.
Because it was a lot of back and forth in it. It was two men that got knocked down twice. It was struggle. It was it was a very, very good fight.
It's just like a while ago now. Was that 2020?
2020. 2 years ago, man.
That was like October of last year.
I would consider that I would consider that in the category of maybe great, good to great. I wouldn't consider it mega as a mega fight.
Yeah, no, it wasn't mega. It certainly wasn't mega. But I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't even think we got.
Body him said Valdez and Shakur. I mean, that was more of an ass kicking, but
that was a great fight.
That was an okay. Yeah, it's an all right. That was an okay fight. I mean, it's kind of one-sided for me.
Yeah, that was just one way traffic.
But you know what? You're probably right, Smoke. We probably put that at good.
Mm-hmm.
We all knew going in that Shakur was gonna take care of the business.
Yeah, it's just a size difference. It wasn't like it wasn't competitive for long enough stretches at any point.
Mega fights are the ones that you're not sure who's gonna win.
We agree 100% on that, Santos. We finally agree on something.
Well, you also have to have some. You're probably fighting the number 1 and the number 2 guy, and you've cleaned out a whole bunch of other good fighters, and you gotta have gas partners.
That wasn't Fury Wilder then, because
it's a
fight bunch of good fighters weren't cleaned out.
Well, we already said that it wasn't. We already ruled it out that wasn't the mega fight.
No, it's not a mega fight.
It was just like one of the ones that was just like the closest thing you get to a big fight.
That's a fight that you can watch over and over and enjoy it. That's what that fight was.
Which one?
We talking about a Wilder Fury.
Oh yeah, Wilder Fury 3, yeah.
Because I enjoyed it.
That's a fight we forgot about that just happened earlier this year, Serrano and Taylor. That was also a great fight.
That was a pretty good one, but I feel like that one was a good fight for women. Like I don't know.
Oh, I can't stand that. I
gotta put that for that to be a female fight. I gotta put that on the mega level because the world was watching that fight.
Yeah, it was just like to me. It's hard for if you're a pressure fighter that can't cut off the ring. It's probably gonna hard for you to be in that kind. Although Arturo Gatti and Ward, those were. But were those mega? They weren't mega fights. They were great fights, though, right?
Those were great blue collar fights. But listen, why do we keep separating the women boxing from the men boxing? Whereas in the MMA, I don't believe that they separate them. They fight on the same cards, right?
They both fight on the same cards.
Sometimes women fight on the same card as men.
Right.
Yeah,
often,
actually.
Why is it that boxing always says, okay, but this is a female fight, so this and that? It's boxing. It's not female boxing. It's boxing.
Because there's more. Again,
when I talk about MMA, I talk about women. I say
the thing is,
female fight.
Well, also, I think you're comparing the UFC to all of boxing. Like, there's way more boxers than there are women in the UFC.
What are you talking about?
You said in the UFC they mix them up. But UFC is just one promotion. It's not the entire sport of MMA. The entire sport of boxing. The entire sport of boxing. Sometimes you get cards that are all female, but sometimes you get cards that are mixed. because there's way more female boxers.
I think you're missing my point. What I was saying was when it comes to the UFC, women are not separated from the men. They're just fighters. Whereas
Because
over here, they're female fighters. No, they are fighters.
They're separated.
Separated. That's why they fight against women. Women fight against women. Men
No.
men.
I'm
They
not
are
saying they should
separated.
fight against men, but
They are
when you
considered
see
in
them,
conversation.
when you see them fight, it's not like, oh,
Fighting.
okay, this is just a woman's fight.
What is different is there's different time limits, and that's a little bit weird. For me, I can't get used to this.
I disagree with that. I don't like women fighting the 10-2s. I don't like that. Why can't they fight 12-3s like the men?
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. That part, like
What
I
does that
can
mean?
feel that
Actually,
part. But other than that,
can somebody break that down to me?
10 2-minute rounds.
10 2-minute rounds.
Instead of 12 3-minute rounds for championship fights.
That's not their choice. That's not the women's choice. That was set by a man. That wasn't set by a woman.
Troy, I get that. And what I'm saying is I don't understand the logic behind that if they're fighting other women. Because
we'll find a man who set that standard and have them change it.
It's not exclusive. It's not exclusive to men or women. No, if it's a non-title fight, you're gonna fight 3 5s. You're gonna fight 3 5-minute rounds, or if you're a champion, it's gonna be 5 5-minute rounds.
I agree with you. I agree with you, but the powers overall in boxing don't want to change that for some reason. Women are willing to fight 3 minutes, but the powers overall in boxing for some reason don't want to change that. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just saying that's the only thing. Like the separation, I don't see a separation past that thing.
Yeah, but women always have a separation in their sports and different. Like NBA, they play with a different size ball. Track, it's always been different things and niches that they change in different sports to accommodate women that they physically can't do the same thing as men. So there's going to be minor changes in sports. Some of them are major, some of them are minor. They're not going to be playing the same game with the same exact rules.
I don't think the 12-3
got it wrong on this one though.
Yeah,
they should be letting the women fight 3 minutes.
Exactly.
Just like MMA allows the women to fight 5 minutes.
Exactly.
They should allow the women in boxing to fight 3 minutes. They're competing against women, not women against men. So boxing got that one wrong. I feel what you're saying, Pittsburgh, but they got it wrong.
I'm not
saying they got it right. I'm just saying that they always make accommodations for women. I'm not saying they got it right or wrong. I'm just saying they always make accommodations for women.
I hear exactly what you're saying, but I'm saying in this particular sport of boxing, they got it wrong. They got it wrong, and it does affect the marketing of women fights in boxing. They got it wrong. Now I think it's probably 60-40. Women rather fight 3 minutes, and some women rather fight 2 minutes.
Most of them have said that they will fight 3 minutes. They have no problem with it. But the business of boxing won't change that.
I've heard almost as many women say they'll do 3 minutes, and I've heard almost as many women say they'll do 2 minutes. I think it's 60-40. I've been paying attention to it for quite a few years, and I love watching women fight.
I think
so. You think that's going to change the promotion of it?
To them in interview.
I don't think that's going
until the women all get on the same accord, it won't change.
So but is that going to change the amount of people that tune into it though? That's not going to change the amount of people that tune into it if they fight longer rounds.
I think so. Because Serrano, I think, would have stopped King. I think Taylor would have. I think there'd be more knockouts.
Yeah,
and that would definitely bring people in.
Yeah, it would change the action level.
Tell you the truth, man. You know, when it comes to women boxing, I hate using that term. They're just not marketed right, and it seems like it's done on purpose. This is America. You could sell anything.
We already talked about that
you could sell anything because look at the Paul brothers. Why are they famous? They sold ignorance. They're not very talented in anything else. They sold ignorance. Look at Kim Kardashian. She's she sold what she sold, but she's not very talented in anything else. This is America. You could, if you wanted to market something, then you would. And the fact is, the powers that be just don't want to spend their time to market women's boxing the right way. and they should drop the title, win the boxing, and just make it boxing.
Not true.
We had that subject earlier. We don't want to bring it back up because
that's not true.
We know it's about sexism, so we don't want to bring it back up. The chat don't want to hear that anymore. We've already talked about that the first half of the show.
That's funny.
Yeah, man. Max was saying Max went full strip club on him. He's like, he's like, oh yeah, you got hoopers and then you got strippers. Okay, I guess.
Yeah, well, he's not here to defend himself, and we had this conversation with Mix last night on a different show.
You all right? You all right there, Uncle Baby? How you holding up? How's your health?
Yeah, so what's the next big fight coming up? Anything big this weekend? And I should just be like, hey, when is Ben
big
Conor
fight this
fight?
weekend is Conor Benn and Chris Eubank Jr.
That's listen, you know that's the first in boxing that two sons are actually continuing a feud that their championship fathers started. That's the first in boxing.
Not really. I mean, they're not really contending for anything. They're just getting a bag.
No. This is the first time that two sons are continuing something that their fathers started. I can't think.
I think Hasim Rahman and Tony Morrison's kid fought.
Hasim Rahman never fought Tommy Morrison. You're the second person to say that. Hasim Morrison.
They're like the two guys and their kids. So their dads fought each other, and then the kids fought.
Yes.
All right.
Now, Hasim Rahman was trying to line up that fight between his son
and Evander Holyfield. And Holyfield's son. Yeah.
I know because it started on Major Keys over there. He said it the first time he said it was on Major Key Boxing. Yep.
Yeah, but we'll see if that ever materializes. But
yeah, I don't know that it's a stat that really matters. It's like, to me, it's a nothing further.
Yeah, here that fight, I don't think anybody cares about that fight stateside, but that's a big fight over there.
But I think it was because it was such a big fight over there. The first fight, there's like 13 between 13 and 16 million people watched that Ben fight.
No, but as a fan of boxing, why do y'all not care about that fight? Because that fight to me. It's a fight that's a good fun fight to watch, and most importantly, that fight is a legacy fight. So why would you not care about it?
No, it's not. It's going to be an interesting fight to watch, but it's not an even match because the issue you got a welterweight fighting against a freaking middleweight or super.
Okay, we've seen that throughout boxing, Santos.
When they fathers fought, they were evenly. It was a better.
Okay, but Santos, we've seen welterweights and middleweights fight all the time.
Troy. You can say whatever you want.
So here's the thing.
It ain't the same.
For most people, they wouldn't pick Conor Benn to win this fight if there wasn't a catch weight and a rehydration clause.
I don't even know why they put. But anyway. You know that Chris Eubank Sr. came out and said to boycott that fight because he fears for his son's health.
Okay.
Did y'all know that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, that's another wrinkle in the fight. I'm going to watch it.
He's been talking crap the whole time. And his son has said, like, it doesn't matter.
No, because
don't listen to my dad.
Because his other son died. That's why he's not talking crap. He's talking from the point of a father.
No, I'm just saying I got you. But the son who's fighting told him to kick a rock, so you're not the one taking the punches.
That's not the point. He's speaking from a man who just lost a son. I don't know where you get
I get it. He's not the one who's fighting. Nobody gives a damn about his sideshow except for fathers who cares about his thing. Like, he's not the one fighting.
Well, after seeing his video, it made me think a little bit more because I was just going to pick his son to win, but when he talked about it, I was like, maybe there's a chance that Ben will outlast his son and actually beat him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely picking Conor Benn because of the catch weight and the rehydration clause. But they're not fighting for anything. They don't fight in the same division. There's no belt on the line. The legacy involved is the fact that their fathers fought. So maybe their kids can fight for like the next generation, and then two grandpas can come in. wheeled in like 20
it'll
years.
Be great if that happens. It'll be great.
Yeah, I mean,
Let me say this. Let me say this. If Conor Ben loses, it doesn't affect him negatively. It doesn't at all. He's a welterweight. If he wins, it does impact him that way.
So if he gets Kell Brooks,
when that fight was announced,
like so they're moving up a couple weight classes, then moving down again hasn't really worked out for the people who try to do this. Either going up or coming down, one way or the other, they generally get fucked up.
That's not true all the time.
It's going to have the same effect it's going to have the same effect on a win-loss situation for Conor Ben as Kell Brook had when he lost against Triple G. It's going to have the same effect. It's not going to matter. It's a competitive fight.
Built his name off that loss.
It's a competitive fight. Real boxing fans want to see it. I want to see it, but it ain't going to mean anything. It just means something to him.
The difference is Kell Brook at least got to be a champion before he went in there and started playing around with his career.
That's true, but I mean, Smoke. This is not going to affect Nigel Ben this is not going to affect Conor Ben in the welterweight division.
It will, but it could if he goes up there. Right. I'm saying this is what I'm saying. When people move up in weight,
if he wins, it'll affect
them. They come back down. When they come back down, they generally aren't as effective. Right?
No, I'm not talking about that.
He doesn't need to come back down, though, does he?
Well, he's saying he's a welterweight. Yes, if he's saying he's a welterweight, he's competing in the welterweight division. As a welterweight, if you're going to go fight at a middleweight for one fight and then come back to welterweight, I fear for your efficacy as a welterweight after that.
He can fight at junior middleweight.
It's not going to
affect his rankings. No, I'm just saying, but it could affect his trajectory.
If he wins, his rankings could increase. But if he loses, it's not going to affect him.
I don't think he's not going to jump anybody in the rankings. I don't think.
No, it won't be a big jump.
He's like number 2. He's ranked higher than all sanctioned bodies anyway.
His ranking among the fans will change in a positive way if he wins the fight.
Well, I like to see Ben win, and here's why. If he wins, then he doesn't have to come all the way back down to 147. He go to 154, and then Spence could move up to 154 and go go to England to fight him. That'll be
right because England is where the bag is.
Yes, it is when it comes to boxing. Yes,
not for Errol Spence. No, it is not. That's why nobody's going.
I'm sorry, I didn't say Spence. I said Crawford. I meant to say Crawford.
The person's in tight jeans.
Crawford.
In England.
How come Anthony Joshua didn't fight Usyk 2 in England then? If England's where the bag is.
Because he was offered a boatload of money someplace else. End of discussion.
Right, because the bag was not in England.
Thank you.
Like you said, the bag is not in England. That's why.
Okay, when it comes to boxing in the U.S. and it comes to boxing in the U.K., boxing is way bigger in the U.K., whereas over here it's called a niche sport, is dying.
Yeah, but the bag is in
correct. There's no big name over here. And no big name is over here. There's no big American fighter that's carrying boxing right now. Who is the biggest American boxer right now? Who is the biggest American boxer right now? There's too many people talking. Who's the biggest American boxer right now?
The biggest boxing? Who's American or boxing in America? Because we're talking about markets, not the nationality.
That's what I said.
We're talking about the American market. We're talking about the American market.
American boxer. Who's the biggest American boxer?
Bag in America.
Biggest and fat.
Biggest draw in American boxing is Deontay Wilder.
You all can't even answer that question because there are no big boxing stars in America. Thank you.
Because Canelo makes Canelo makes a ton of money. Canelo makes a ton of money and he fights in America. That's where the bag is.
But he's not. He's not the biggest American star.
Yeah, great. So when you
I said natural born American star. Who is the biggest boxing American star?
That has nothing to do. Again, that has nothing to do with the bag being American.
Yes, it does.
No, it does not, because non-Americans get the bag just like Americans get the bag.
Listen, if you can sell out 90 seat arenas, listen.
Canelo gets the bag.
Who is the biggest American star right now? And don't say Canelo. Who is the biggest American star right now? American,
Andy Ruiz gets the bag.
I'm not talking about Mexican. I said that
Correct.
fights in
We're talking
America.
about the
Who is the
American market.
biggest American star?
Figure it out. You already answered your question, and it has
No,
nothing to
you
do with
did
what we're
not. You
talking
gave
about.
me the name of a Mexican who fights in America. I
DJ
said, who is
answered the
the
question.
biggest Mexican
DJ already
star?
answered your question.
Who is the biggest American?
DJ already answered your question.
Okay, well, tell me the
Muhammad
name,
Ali.
please. What's the name of the biggest American boxer right now?
Deontay Wilder. The biggest draw is Deontay Wilder. After
And
that,
he's not even really a draw.
and after that is Tank Davis.
Thank you very much.
His logic,
After that is Tank Davis.
He's not even a draw. Thank you.
According to your logic, we can't even use Deontay Wilder
No,
because
no,
he's
I
not
didn't say you
American.
couldn't
He'd be
use him.
African-American.
What I'm saying is
You
this.
said American. When he said
What I'm saying is this. He's
Nothing
not even
to
a
do with the
draw.
UK market being the bag
He's not
being
even
bigger
a
in the
real
UK than it is in
draw.
America. Like
Listen,
AJ made more money in America than he did in the
gets
UK.
talked about a
AJ
lot.
himself
Okay.
got his biggest purse was in America versus the UK.
Mm-hmm. No, he didn't. But anyway, we're not going to go down.
Yeah, it was. He made more money he made more money in one fight in the United States than he made in the UK.
I tell you how I'm going to prove that you're wrong, Smoke. Wilder has a fight coming up, and he's fighting so-and-so for $75. When that fight flops, that will prove my point.
And how do you know it's going to? Okay, so by what number? Right. So
that fight is going to flop.
Okay, so
it's going to flop.
Wilder always sells out.
Okay, hold up.
He does not always sell out the Barcade. That's a lie.
If Showtime is giving 90% of their revenue, 90% of pay-per-view revenue to the fighter,
that fight is going to flop.
If 90% of the revenue is going to the fighters, what does that matter?
Okay, that fight is going to flop.
Flop? What do you mean by flop?
No one is going to pay $75 to watch him
fight. By no one. Listen, 250,000 pay-per-view buys.
Smoke, 1 second. Like, what do you mean when you say flop? Like, what's flop?
No one's going to pay $75 to watch the man fight.
What's no one? Like 0 people?
I'm going to be in the building. I'm going to be in the building.
Congratulations. The fight is going to flop.
The fight will sell. It's going to be
from a financial point of view, the fight's going to flop.
Let me tell you something. The Barclays don't invite Deontay to come there to fight just because he's a flop. They invite him there because he's the biggest.
I'm not even going
right, so just to put some perspective on it, just with 300,000 pay-per-view buys, that's $24 million, right? So, like, I don't know what
300,000. Wow.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And if 90% of that's going to the fighters, then I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean. I think you're stuck in like.
So what is the UK doing? No, hang on. What is the UK doing? Like, what's this? What is a success in the UK?
I didn't hear what you said, man. What did you say?
What is a success in the UK?
Anthony Joshua's just okay. No. Cancel actually Anthony Joshua out. When you have a second-tier fighter that's on his last leg in his career by the name of Derek Chisora still making millions, that proves that there's a different standard over there for boxing. If Derek Chisora was over here, he'd be broke, busted, and forgotten. But he's over there. He's over there. He's still getting respected.
He's not known over here.
He's not known over here
if he was
because.
known greatly over
Thank
here
you for making my point.
It's all good. It's all good.
In the UK,
let him finish though. Let the man finish.
In the UK, a guy like Derek Chisora and fighters like Derek Chisora who always come to fight will always get paid. Whereas over here in the US, it's about money.
Louis
Hold on. I was going to say Louis Ortiz too, but go ahead.
Louis Ortiz is 50 years old and making millions.
Pay-per-view.
Hold on, man. Hold on a minute. Answer us this. What's his average purse?
I really don't know, but it's in the millions. I know he still makes over $1 million. He still makes over $1 million.
That's what I figured. You didn't know what you were talking about.
Name me another heavyweight that makes. Name me a fighter. Name me a fighter with 11 losses that's American that makes over $1 million. You can say all you want, Santos. Facts are facts. Name me a fighter that's American with 11 losses that makes over $1 million.
So here's really the thing.
Talk amongst yourself and figure it out.
In the UK, you can name the guys who make millions of dollars on one hand. In the United States, there's multiple fighters from all over the world making millions of dollars.
You just stepped on your own comment. You said all over the world. I
In
was
America,
focusing
because
on
they're talking about the American market. In America, there's
the
fighters from
American
all over
market
the
is
world that
dying
make
when it
a
comes
ton
to
of money.
boxing. As far as boxing goes, that's
Okay. We guess
you can't say in one sport that boxing is a niche sport and then say that it's a big thing in America because you're
cool.
contradicting
All right,
yourself.
and
How do
lightweight
you
makes
go
more
from
than
saying
and
that it's a
lightweight in
big
America makes
big
more
thing
than
in
a
America,
heavyweight in
but
the
it's a
UK.
niche sport?
But
And
Yeah, but why we
lightweight in
talking
America
about?
makes
Why,
more
wait a
than
minute.
several lightweights.
Why are we
Several
talking about?
lightweights.
Wait a minute. Why are we talking about money? Why are we talking about money? It's the same guy that said he only getting one fight a year. If you can concentrate on money, you're
Fighters
gonna
fight
always get
once
one
a
fight
year.
a
That's a
year.
fact. I'm not making any of this
Because
up.
you're sitting up here,
Am
you
I making it
contradicting
up?
yourself. You're saying you want
No,
to
I'm
see the
not.
fight,
You're
but you're
sitting up there
also
trying to
saying
make it sound like
you
I'm
got
contradicting myself. But
let's
fighters fight once a year. Unless you could prove me wrong with that, then
Okay,
you know how am I making it up?
hold on, Pittsburgh, because I was waiting on him to say that again. I was waiting on y'all to come back to that point. I was waiting on y'all because Shakur Stevenson just fought 3 times in 11 months.
And that's a rarity. That's a rarity. That's a rarity
Devin
right
Haney
now in
fought
boxing.
twice last year. Tank fought
That's
twice.
twice.
All
Okay,
three
good.
of those people make more than Derek Chisora.
Twice a year. Wow, great.
And all of them make
Once
more
or
than Derek
twice a
Chisora.
year.
All of them make more than Derek Chisora.
Why are you talking
Heavyweight.
about money then?
Twice and
Why
once
does
a
it matter
year.
how much money they make
That's
when you
great.
talking about
Well,
the fight at the
because
same
that's
time?
what we're talking. Because this entire
You're
thing,
contradicting
because
yourself.
this whole thing started off with the bag is in the UK.
You know what? I just figured out something. We've been had, man.
I'm talking about him. I'm talking about him saying that we only get one fight a year, and then he's coming back talking about this guy's getting this much. That should be irrelevant. If you want to see the fights, you want to see
I
the
wasn't
fights.
talking
But
about
when you
money.
start
What I'm
putting money
talking
as
about
a
is the
barrier, you're
status of
not
the
going to
fighter. I was not talking about money. I was trying to make a
get
point that a man on his last leg that has 11
he wouldn't get
losses
paid nothing.
is still doing well
Well,
over
we
there
don't
in
want
boxing in the UK. You take that
irrelevant,
same
man.
fighter and put him over here in the US,
Man,
Y'all don't
then
realize
then you realize that he's not gonna do anything.
got us all in an uproar. And
That's
he does
all
this everywhere he
you
goes.
just see talking circles, man.
He's done it again.
Yeah, he's
I'm
just talking in
I'm not
circles, man.
talking.
He making
I'm
no
talking
sense.
in a calm, clear voice.
You're
It's
talking
just
in
that you won't
circles.
want to come.
Can't nobody else
You
do
won't
it.
have this. Okay, go ahead. Talk amongst yourself. Go ahead.
You did it again. So hats off to you. Program the great.
Yeah,
that's true, man.
Single-handedly just apprehended this panel.
Just talking in circles.
No, I mean he actually really believes in stuff though. That's the other part. That's actually the scary part. Is
When
it's
it's factual,
not an act.
when it's
It's not an
factual,
act
how
at
is it
all.
not to believe? When something is factual, how do you not believe it?
Hey, but
Because you
you know
can't
that's
name me
cool.
a
For
fighter
Troy.
that's on the
Hey,
status
Troy,
of
can you
Derek
answer my guy
Chisora
Box Talk question?
that could be
Can you answer
successful
my
in
guy
America
Box
right
Talk
now. Can
question?
you?
Belief in
Troy,
fact.
Can you name me a
hold on
fighter
second.
that's of the
Troy,
status
no.
of Derek
Hold on.
Chisora that's in
Is
America
there
that
facts
could
you
be
need to believe
successful?
in to begin with? Do
Can you
people
give
go
me a
around
second,
believing
Troy?
facts?
Like,
I
I need you to answer my guy Box Talk's question for me, please. Just for a second, please.
We already got him with AJ versus Usyk too, though.
I didn't hear anybody's question. I didn't hear anybody
it's on the
ask me a
screen.
question.
It's on the screen, Troy. It's
You
on
can't
the
hear
screen.
nothing when you talking, Troy. You can't hear the shit. You keep on talking.
I'm
Troy,
only
look at
one
the screen.
voice, man,
No,
but there's
Troy,
4 other
look at
voices
your
coming back
screen.
at me. So, you know, how am I the most powerful thing in the room? How's that?
Ain't nobody hear nothing if you keep talking, Joy.
I just wanted him to answer the question on the screen.
It's on the screen. Look at your screen. Look at your screen.
About that.
Let's let one person talk at a time.
I just wanted him to answer the question on the screen if you could.
Sure. There's no problem. Because of Canelo. He was the money, and he's Mexican. Thank you.
He's American, brother. He's American.
Where was
He's
he born?
American.
Where was
He's
he born?
American, man.
Where
That's
was he
ridiculous.
born?
Where was
he
American?
born?
Was the fight in Mexico?
He was born in
He's
Mexico and he
American,
fights
Was
in
the fight in
America. Thank you.
Mexico?
He's Mexican.
Was the fight in Mexico?
He's
he's
a
American.
Mexican fighter.
Yes, great.
that
So we
fights
know
in
where
America.
we know what his
He's a
nationality is.
Mexican
Was
fighter
the
that
fight
fights in
in
America.
Mexico? Was the fight in Mexico? Did Mexicans pay for? Was it Mexicans
He
that
is
paid
a
for it? Or was it
Mexican
Americans
fighter
that
that
paid for it?
fights in America. Thank you very much. That's a fact.
Correct. That fights in America. Correct. That's where the bag is in America.
Really?
He's an American fighter.
Correct.
He's an
Really?
American
Because
fighter.
last I looked,
the entire time.
I'm not doing that.
Troy, that fight was in Dallas, Texas. That's where the fight was.
Yeah, but the fighter was from Mexico. Who that's where his fan base is. You can't tell me Mexicans are. He fought in Texas because there's a great deal of Mexicans in Texas. Texas borders Mexico. Am I correct about that?
Mexican Americans.
Does Texas border Mexico?
They showed up.
So why
But Billy Joe
wasn't
Saunders is from the
Canelo
UK.
Triple G in Mexico? Why weren't any of those fights in Mexico?
Yeah, because
Triple
Billy Joe
G is
Saunders is from
not
the UK.
Mexican. They
Yes, but Billy Joe
fought. Oh,
Saunders is from the UK.
listen to me.
Canelo is Irish.
I can answer your question very simply. You have a okay. Go ahead.
No, I was just asking why weren't any of those fights the 3 times Canelo
because
and Triple
Billy
G
Joe.
fought?
Yeah, I think you have to preface the whole thing by pointing out the Billy Joe Saunders.
Those fights in Mexico
You're over
or
talking,
Europe.
DJ. Hold on. Go ahead, DJ.
I was just asking, why weren't any of those fights in Mexico or in Europe?
Right. Since Billy Joe Saunders is from the UK, where the bag is, why
Because
didn't they
Billy
take this
Joe Sanders' fan base is not as big as Canelo's Mexican fan base. That's very simple math.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Let me say this real quick.
So
Hold
why
on, DJ.
wasn't any of
Fight
the
in Mexico,
Triple G and Canelo fights in Mexico or in Europe?
You're right.
Why were any of those
Because
fights
nobody
in
put the
Mexico
money
or
out for
Europe?
them to.
Neither of those fighters.
You asked me a question. I like to answer, but these four voices keep coming
Neither
back
of
at
those
me.
fighters are American, according to you. Neither of those fighters are American, but yet they had all 3 of their fights in America. Why is that?
Very simply put, nobody in Mexico put out the money to have those fights fought in Mexico. American put out the money to have them fight in America.
The bag. Here's the hint. The bag is in America. Thank you.
Exactly.
Checkmate.
Exactly.
Really? Oh, you know what? I'm glad you said that, because if the bag is in America, how come Spence and Crawford can't get made? How come they can't find no money to make that? Because that's supposed to be the biggest fight in boxing.
We don't talk about that fight. We don't talk about
Hold
that.
on.
No, sir.
Hold on.
No, sir. You said the bag is in America. You have two undefeated American champions, but you can't get the fight made. Why?
Okay. All right. What does that have to do with all the people?
This is gonna crush it right here. Hold on. This is gonna crush it. If the bag is in the UK, then why are fighters trying to solidify that celebrityism? I mean, that superstarism in the why do they feel they need to go to the UK to fight? I mean, the US to fight, not the UK, like Americana and a few others. These guys, most fighters throughout the world feel they have to get on the American stage in order to solidify their superstardom. No other fighter that I know of in any other country says, I gotta go to the UK, I gotta go to Africa to fight. They only go to other countries every now and again when it's either a title fight that they need or if there's extra money. But the money's so commonly great over here in the UK. I mean, in the US, they're always trying to get to the US to show the world who they are. And you ask any UK fighter that they will tell you that. The only one that hadn't had to do that so far is AJ. And when he came over, he got his nuts put up in his butthole.
I was just about to say
okay,
that.
I was going to say, no.
AJ
You're talking to me, so let me answer the question. He was speaking to me. Allow me to answer the question. Okay. First and foremost, I can't factually give you an answer because you can't factually give me any proof either. But the fact is that if you have, let me finish. Let me finish, man. Let me finish. Santos, let me finish. I don't care about the video unless you could pull it up right now. And can you pull it up? No, you can't. Stop talking, man. Let me finish. Let me finish, man. I didn't cut you off at all. I didn't cut you off. Let me finish.
It's all about you. You do this.
Let
You
me
must call
finish.
Mix and say, Mix, look, let me
Let
take
me
your place and
finish, man.
control the rest of the show.
Let me finish. The show is not ruined, man. The show is fine. Let me make my point.
We'll talk some facts and not use your
Okay,
stupidity.
Santos, man. You know, the diarrhea of the mouth is not going to get us anywhere.
You still suck my nuts, though.
The fact is, Santos, I'm not going to justify ignorance. The fact is that you can't prove anything you're saying, but you got two guys like Spence and Crawford that's supposed to be, the biggest fight in America, but you can't find the bag to make that fight? You can't find the bag to make that fight? I thought America had the bag in boxing.
Right. So if the American boxing market was only reliant on that fight, I would understand your point. But since we got Canelo Triple G made in America, since Canelo Bivol was here in America, since we're still getting pay-per-view fight. Like I believe Tank just made a mint here in America. The Campos fight that was in the United States, right? I mean, sorry, that was in Australia. But it was paid for by an American company. Well, actually, it's paid for by the Australian government and the Australian government.
Okay, so what you're trying to say is you have an Australian for the first time fighting for the Undisputed. Well, he was fighting to keep the Undisputed, and they had a problem selling that. No, that's an easy fight, and now it's a rematch, and he's fighting to get back the Undisputed. He's gonna, of course, somebody's gonna back that because that's never happened before in Australia. But now let's bring it back to America. All that being said and done, let's be fair. Bring it back to America. You said this is where the bag is when it comes to boxing. So why can't they? Why am I hearing they can't find money to make Spence and Crawford? Explain it to me. Explain it to me without coming at me with 5 different voices.
Again, like I said, if that was the only fight, if the American market was only judged by one fight, I would understand your point. But since it's judged by every single fight that happens in America, then no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make one fight.
Why they can't find a bag to make that money? I've heard.
Okay, why can't they find the bag to make it? Why? All right. If it's simply put, because they're not that big of stars. It's a bigger. That's it. They're not. Their profile isn't as big as
the thing you've said all night. Stick a fork in the fat lady. It's done.
It really ain't that, Smoke. Is that PBC, unlike Eddie Hearns, they're not willing to go out and pull money from Saudi Arabia with all these other different.
No, it's just not that big profile. No, that's not what it is. Like literally, if it was a bigger fight, if this is a bigger fight, listen, if this fight was big enough, then the head of CBS would come and make an offer for this fight, and we wouldn't be talking about it. They would make sure they would give these guys offers that they couldn't refuse. The fight just isn't big enough. That's all. That doesn't mean that America doesn't have a bag.
I disagree. The fight is not big enough.
No, I'm talking about for this fight to be like. Listen, like I said, if it wasn't Showtime, Showtime.
CBS is wait, hang on, smoke. Let me just add this real fast. CBS is the only people who are putting up the fight. Who are going to sponsor Crawford Spence. That's Viacom. That's CBS. That's Showtime.
But Showtime is putting up. CBS is the parent company. What I'm saying is, if CBS would take it over instead of leaving it leaving it to one of its subsidiaries, because of the subsidiary is the one trying to figure it out, and because Steven Espinoza is the one saying is really the guy who's paying for it, crying poor mouth. That's what I'm saying. Like if it was a bigger fight, then they would be at a different network. Maybe Fox would be in it.
Look at that. Look at Box Talk right there. Yo, that was
on fire tonight.
Because motherfuckers were eating steak dinners while those fools were fighting. That was done in like a casino.
I love it.
Josh Taylor came out. Josh Taylor I don't even think he sold out his hometown ad as a unified champion against in the Catterall fight.
I love it.
I don't want to believe that.
I love it.
That's fucked up. He deserves that. That's fucked up. That's real fucked up. I'm pretty sure that was sold. I'm pretty sure that one was sold though.
I don't know. They were talking about how it wasn't. Apparently Josh Taylor is not very well liked. He's got some like issues over there.
That's not the first time I've heard that. That's not the first time I've heard that.
Question, right? So, let me ask you a question. Who's the big draw? I mean, Spence has a fan base in Texas, but hasn't been tested outside of Texas yet. So who's the big draw?
Yes.
We already answered that a long time ago. Did you not?
I wasn't here a long time ago. So
you were here. You asked this question like 5 times. Bro.
No, I didn't ask the first time.
Deontay Wilder. You said he wasn't a draw.
First time. No, Spence.
No, we already said Deontay Wilder a long time ago. We posed it a long time ago.
If you would just
simply answer the question,
your
memory's shot.
If you would just put, I never asked this question before. I never asked who was the bigger draw.
Yeah, I get it. Sure. It's Deontay Wilder. It's Deontay Wilder. The next time when you
I said who was the bigger draw between Spence and Crawford, Smoke. That's the question I'm asking.
I see what you do, man. Me and you've had our debates in the past. I see.
I'm not doing anything but asking a simple question, and it just deserves a simple answer. Please stop it. There's no mystery to me. There's no mystery to me, man. Please stop it.
Wait.
So
Hang on,
we'll
hang
change
on,
the question
DJ.
mid-debate, and it's like we asked you. Well, Steph asked you, what do you consider a flop? Because you said Deontay Wilder will flop. What do
it's gonna
you
flop.
consider a flop? What is a
I'm talking
flop?
about financially, that fight's gonna flop. I don't know how
I mean,
the fight's gonna
what
go
does that
inside
mean
the ring
exactly?
yet,
Can you
but
explain,
financially, that fight's gonna
expound on
flop.
that? What does that mean?
As far as financially?
Yeah, what does that mean?
First of all, he's not going to
It's
sell
gonna
out.
flop.
He's not going to sell out. That's step one. I don't even believe he's going to sell out half of them damn tickets. I mean, have you heard about him selling out half them tickets already?
Wow.
And then you have all these channels over here talking. And these are wilder channels. I don't hear none of them coming together and say, let's make sure we push this fight. I've never heard that. These are supposed to be Wilder lovers. They're his kind. That's his kind. That's their kind. But I don't hear them putting together a plan to push the fight. I just hear them going back and forth with people like me. How's that helping the
That's a
fight?
hater mentality.
Are you really going with like white supremacist memes now? You doing the Kang thing for real, bro? When we was Kang?
First of
Is that
all,
what you're doing, bro? Like that's what you got. I got you, bro. I hear
Obviously,
you, bro.
I'm not
It's
white.
all good. It's
First
all
of
good.
all,
Like,
Smoke, I'm not white, And
I
yes,
know
I'm
you don't have to
superior
be white to be white supremacist.
and yes, I'm superior over
just
nearly
keep changing
everybody.
Changing the narrative.
I didn't change a damn thing. Okay, DJ, stop it with the full voices coming at me and let me answer the question. Come on, man.
You keep talking. You can't hear nothing. You won't get up, man. You keep talking. You keep changing the narrative.
How many pay-per-view buys? We got it. The Wilder channels aren't pumping it the way you think they should pump it, so it's not going to be half full. What about the pay-per-view buys? What do you think? Yeah, what do you think about the pay-per-view buys? Like, how many do you think this flop? What constitutes a flop?
Well, let me see. I'm going to say it's probably going to sell. I don't know, 50,000. That's probably what he's going to say.
And so, if it sells more than 50,000. Then
flop.
You just be wrong,
It's
right?
a financial flop. It's gonna.
No,
flop.
if it sells 50,000, yes, it would be a flop. I mean, I think everybody would agree that's a flop. Yeah, but I think it sells more. I think it does probably more like 250. I think it does more like 250 or 3.
Okay, when he fought Luis Ortiz, he didn't sell 250,000. So who gonna pay? Who's actually paying to watch him fight his partner?
You've been okay. I got it. You've been hanging out with Rick Glazer. I get it. You've been hanging out with Rick Glazer, getting those Rick Glazer numbers.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. But Smoke, hang on. Wait.
If he has the facts, if he has the facts, Smoke, then they know he's the man you need to be listening to, because no one else on this panel could tell me any facts about anything, can they?
If unicorns existed, their shit would be rainbow colored, right?
Which fight did you buy, Troy, this year? Which fight you buy? Which fight did you buy this year?
That has nothing to do with the finances of any fight coming up.
Which fight did you buy? I want to know what's worthy in your eyes. Worthy of buying.
Okay,
which fight did you buy? It's a simple question.
I was buying the Shields.
Okay,
I'm gonna answer your question. I was buying the Shields fight, and then they pushed it back. Whenever that fight comes, I'm buying it.
No, I'll say what you was going to. Which fight did you buy?
I don't. Okay.
Which fight did you buy in the last 2 years?
I'm going to answer your question again. I buy fights when I feel that they're good enough for me to buy. I don't have to buy fights for the sake of buying fights.
So you don't fight fights, man. So you don't even.
What does that have to do with this fight flopping? What does that have to do with this fight flopping? So wait a second, because the great Troy Graham doesn't buy one pay-per-view is gonna. Thank you for telling me that I'm so powerful, man. That because of me,
I know that's not what I said. That's not what I said.
That's what it sounds like you said.
How could you hear anything, man? You just keep talking. What I said is, if you're not buying any fights, you wouldn't even know what somebody who buy fights, what they're looking for. You have no idea. You don't buy fights.
Have to do with anything. This fight is not selling now. So what does me not buying fights have to do with anything?
I just don't buy fights. I don't know if somebody else can explain it to you another different way.
Yes, please explain it to me, because I ride the short bus.
I've already explained it. If you don't understand it, I can't help you.
I don't understand how me not buying fights has anything to do with this fight flopping.
I can't help you.
No, I didn't ask you for help.
Flopping by your terms, man. You're coming up with this crap talking about some flopping. Nobody else believes that this fight.
Really?
Okay. Deontay Wilder sold, or anybody sold 50,000 fights. You come in here with all this nonsense.
Okay, so
It's going to be sold out. It's going.
Wait,
The
now,
fight's going to be
50,000
sold
is a
out,
good number
and it's
now when
going
it
to
comes
do
to
like,
fight.
and it's
When
probably
it
going to
comes to
do.
pay per
It's
view,
going to do tens of millions of
50,000 is a good
pay-per-view.
number. Okay, so when it comes to pay
You
per view
said
now,
stuff,
we're saying
man.
that
You're in
50,000 is
here
a good
hating
number.
on American
Yeah,
fighters.
no,
You're talking about
Okay.
the boxing in America is decrepit and nobody's making money. Then you flip back to UK
I
and you
did
start
not
talking
say
about
that.
syrup.
I've been on
Yeah, you said
plenty of
that, man.
panels where
I
people
think you
say that
talk so
boxing is a
much you don't
niche
even hear what
sport.
you're
I
saying.
said niche.
Like
I didn't
right
say
now, you're just
decrepit. I
talking.
said
That's all you do.
I said
Talk.
niche. How
You
many
don't have
times have
any
you heard?
substance to it. I can't hear anything because every time I say something, you're talking. You don't have any substance to what you're
Because
saying.
you're wrong.
Volume of
Period.
talking. How do you know that? You can't hear and talk at the same time. It's impossible. I don't know if you know this or not, but you can't hear and talk at the same damn time. It's literally impossible. You're talking while I'm
That's
talking.
not
You don't
true.
know what the hell I'm saying.
Okay. Pittsburgh. Let me sneak in there real fast. Troy, can you hear me? All right. Say,
I'm on
man.
mute. I can hear you just fine.
For sure. Troy, who should we be watching out coming from the UK? Like, who are some of the up and coming guys, or like who's hot right now?
You watch who you feel that who you enjoy watching in boxing. It doesn't matter what my opinion is. You watch who
No, but I'm
you watch
asking
who
of
you
your
enjoy
opinion.
watching.
But I was asking of your opinion though, of like who should I be looking for
It
coming out of
doesn't
the
make a
UK?
difference, man. Because see, listen, my opinion doesn't motivate you to the left or to the right. Whoever you enjoy watching in boxing, that's who you watch.
All right, man. Who do you like in boxing right now?
Who?
Yeah.
I just named Shields, but overall, I like boxing. I like boxing, period. But I really appreciate Shields, man. She has this type of energy that I enjoy, and there's a bunch of other fighters I enjoy too. The fact is that boxing is not where it needs to be, period. So
Do you
I
like
can't really
Danny
say that I
Dubois?
enjoy it.
Do you like Danny Dubois, the heavyweight?
I haven't really seen enough of the young man to say that I appreciate it.
Do you like Deontay Wilder?
He's an enjoyable guy to watch, yeah, because he knocks people out. Yes.
Cool. What about Oscar De La Hoya? Did you like him?
He's retired, man.
Teofimo Lopez. Do you like him?
When the hell does he fight again?
No, I'm just trying to figure out who you like, man. That's all.
He just fought. Teofimo just
Because you
fought.
focused it on individuals instead of boxing
Teofimo
as a
just
whole.
fought. Yeah, Teofimo just
But
fought.
you know what though? But you know what though, Troy? You like American boxing.
I like boxing, period. It don't have to be, no. I like
Nah,
boxing.
you like
Thank
man,
you.
everyone I just listed except Danny is American.
That's great and wonderful. I
So
like
you
You
like
say
American
you
boxing?
hadn't watched them enough.
You like American boxing. It's cool. I like that. That's word.
You know what? I understand your little, elementary game, but I like boxing, period, man. You have to realize who you're talking to. It's the great
But do
Troy
you like
Graham.
American
You're not
boxing?
talking to a dime a dozen
Do you
dude that
like
comes on
American
these
boxing?
panels. You were talking
Troy,
to the
you like
great Troy
American
Graham.
boxing?
So please,
Troy,
stop with little short bus
do
games.
you like American boxing is what I'm asking you.
There's no such thing as American boxing. I like boxing
Yes,
on a
there
whole.
is.
Thank you.
Yes, there is.
I've been watching boxing for damn near 40 years. Boxing on a whole. I don't separate
All right,
church and
man.
state.
All right.
Boxing is boxing. If
What
boxing is in
name
Africa, if
the
boxing is
significant
wherever, it's
fights.
boxing.
Name the
No.
significant fights
To be specific, you watched boxing 40 years ago. You haven't been watching for 40 years.
Oh my God! Listen to me very carefully. I watch boxing. I don't give a damn
Yeah,
what
bro.
y'all think.
But I already know that you don't. But I already know that you don't.
Hey, Spoke.
Like, come on, bro.
I'm
You and
sorry
me
that
and
I
you've
have
been
more
chopping up for
knowledge of the
years.
sport than
I
all of
already
y'all.
know. We both know that you don't. Like, stop playing.
I'm sorry that my knowledge. I'm sorry that my knowledge is so overwhelming in the sport that it bothers you. I'm sorry about that. No, the hell I'm not.
Hey, he said
This
if been watching
dude said
boxing
the
30 years, I'm not a
bag
penalty.
is in the
Nice ago, now
UK.
he's saying 40 years.
Wait, what?
So how many is it 30 or 40 years? Because a few nights ago on another panel you said 30 years. Now you're saying 40 years.
Santos, every time you open your fork-tongued mouth, you're lying. I've always said I started watching boxing at 15 and I'm 51, so that makes it 36 years I've been watching the sport. Please shut the hell up.
But you are sitting there with a gap big enough for me to put my penis through. You see what I'm saying? So you might want to think about what you say before you say it. Now, a person, a lot of times, unfortunately, some people like yourself with those big yay wide gaps, they lie a lot. And I heard you myself say 30 years the other night on another panel, which I
What
will not name.
was the name of the
I
other
was there.
panel, Santos?
I was
What was
there.
the
I
name of the
wasn't
other
on the panel,
panel, and
but I
what was
was
the
in the
date?
chat. And you
What was
said
the
it.
name of the other
I
panel,
don't
Santos?
advertise other
Okay,
panels.
so
You know
what?
that.
Man, you
Okay, so
lost me
what
when
day
you
was it?
fucking talking
What
about
day
women
was it?
boxing.
What
Think
day
about
was
the
it?
panel
Like
you
other
were on the
guy.
other night
What
talking nonsense.
what day
You
was
said
it,
30
Santos?
years. 30 years,
Santos,
I
what?
heard.
Okay, thank you.
Dude
Ladies and
said
gentlemen, what you're listening to is a
what?
senile
Really?
liar over there. His name is
How do
Santos.
you AK Shields? Dog.
And everybody know between you and I, they know who the sickest one is. Everybody knows who the sickest one is between you and I.
I said senile. I don't know what you're talking about
That's
with
a
the
form
rest.
of sick. That's a form of sickness. Idiots. That's a form of
Brandon.
sickness. Idiots.
Oh, Brandon, I'm loving it.
You so intelligent.
You keep on
man.
talking, Santos, man, because
Those
I'm a
dudes
firm
with
believer.
shields, bro.
Listen to me. Listen to me now. When it comes to you want to
Hey,
get
it wasn't
personal,
just
and
made
shut the
fact.
fuck up. When it comes to
It wasn't just made fact.
when
There's
it comes
also
to talk.
made.
Okay, go
There's
ahead.
also
Go ahead.
Mayweather McGregor, right? The
The
second highest. So
bad.
not number one and number two was in Vegas.
We know the highest grossing fights have all
Bad
been in
is in
America.
the
We
UK.
know all the biggest fights have all been
Not
in
in the
Hey, some
last
of
America.
10
them.
years they
They
haven't
even
been.
involved some
Not
UK
in the
guys.
last 10
Is
years.
overpaying. Just
Not in
because
the
Eddie
last
Hearn
10
is
years.
overpaying his fighters does
Yes, in
not
the
mean
last
the
10 years too.
bag
Yes,
is in the UK. No, the
in the
biggest
last 10
fights
years
are
too.
over here. It's the reason why AJ won't come back over here.
Some
The
of the
last
great.
time he came over here, got his ass
Who
whooped.
does he have to fight over here?
He got plenty of people
Who?
to fight over here.
Deontay Wilder.
Okay,
He got
name
plenty of
three.
people to fight over here.
Name three. Name three.
What? Name three
Wilder,
fighters?
Ruiz rematch, and fuck, to name another person.
I got one. He fighting his way out of the closet. That's what he
Being that he doesn't have any
I mean, you can name it.
That's good.
Leave
That's
it to
kind of harsh, but
Picasso.
that's good.
Yeah, what? You can't name a guy? You watch boxing. Why can't you name another guy? I just named two. You name the third one.
I am
Mr.
the
I
one
watch
asking
boxing.
the question. I'm the one
I know,
asking
and
the
I'm
question.
and I gave you two. Now you name the third one since you watch boxing.
No. It doesn't work like that.
I know that. I
I'm
know
asking.
it does work because it does work if the job is
Can
exposing
you
you
please
as a
just name
guy that
three,
does not
Smoke?
watch boxing.
Please just name Smoke. Just name three. You said
No. You name the
DJ
last
said,
one because you watch boxing.
Smoke.
No. Say
Please.
Troy.
DJ
Troy.
said he has a bunch of fighters to fight
Frank
over here when it comes to heavyweights. Name three heavyweights he has to fight over here. Name them.
We just did. I just gave you the third one, Frank Sanchez. There you go.
He wasn't listening. He was too busy talking like Pittsburgh earlier. But there's three guys that he can
Frank
fight
Sanchez.
over here.
I don't know
He's not
how
gonna
come you
come
can't
here.
answer these questions. These are like really easy questions.
Who exactly is
If you
Frank
watch
Sanchez?
boxing, like how don't you know this?
Who is Frank
Can't hear
Sanchez?
you while you're talking,
Who
Smoke. He's
is
talking
Frank
too much, man.
Sanchez? Who is Frank Sanchez?
If you watch boxing, you know.
I already know who Frank Sanchez is. The question I'm asking is who
Okay,
is
then,
he
all right. Then
when
why
it
you
comes to
ask me a
heavyweight
question?
division?
Okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, cool. All right.
Who is
That's three
Frank
guys.
Sanchez
We
when
named
it
three
comes to
guys.
heavyweight?
Now you want to know who Frank Sanchez
Who is
is?
Frank Sanchez when it
He's the
comes to
third guy.
heavyweight
He's
division?
the
You
third
said
guy
the
in the
name
list
out
of
your
three.
ass and pull it out your ass.
Yeah, he
He's
come
the
on
third
Frank
guy in
TV.
the
You
list of
should
three.
know who he is.
Oh.
You don't have to pay for Frank Sanchez, so you should know who he is. He's free. You watch him.
I know who Frank
I'm pretty sure
Sanchez
you've
is.
seen him
What
for
I'm
free.
asking is overall, who is Frank Sanchez? What is
He's
he?
the third. He fights in the United
What has
States,
he
and
done?
AJ can fight.
I
He's ranked.
understand the
He's
Wilder.
a top three.
Not
He's
on
ranked
the
top
I
10 in
understand
all
the
the sanctioned
Wilder.
bodies. He's a
Okay.
top 10 fight heavyweight in all the sanctioned
Really?
bodies.
He's top 10 now, huh?
Another one.
He's top
Another
10?
one.
Really?
Talk.
Okay. That's good. Okay, I tell you what.
And
Since
also, you do understand that
since
Deontay
Frank
Wilder's
Sanchez
fight
is
is
a
number
top
2
10
in one of the
fighter,
sanctioned
why
bodies,
is Wilder fighting his sparring partners instead of Frank Sanchez?
because Robert Helenius is
Mm-hmm.
currently ranked number 2 in the
Yes,
WBA.
Robert Helenius is also ranked higher
Number
than
2,
Frank Sanchez.
where? Where is he ranked number 2
He's
at?
ranked higher than Frank Sanchez.
Man, I
Where
thought
is
you
he
watched
ranked?
boxing,
He's
man. Like,
not
come
ranked
on,
over.
bro. Like,
He's
I mean,
not
if
ranked
you
over
if
2
you
overall in
do
boxing.
you do
kept
realize
up
you're
boxing,
He's not
not.
ranked over number 2
Okay.
overall in boxing.
Okay. All right.
No, he's not. He's
I
not
can't
ranked
believe
over
like
number 2. Okay,
yeah.
you can't prove to me that
The student is
this
giving the
guy
best.
you cannot prove to me that Robert Helenius is ranked number 2 overall when it comes to heavyweights in boxing. You cannot tell me that.
We didn't say number 2 overall. We said he's ranked
Well,
number
he
2 in the
is.
Rank number
WBA.
2. Where's DJ? DJ? Where is he
I
ranked
just
number
told you
2 at?
3 times,
That's the
but Troy,
fact.
you
Where
gotta let
is he
us
ranked
answer
number
the
2 at,
question.
man?
We can't do anything about
let
that.
people answer questions when you start asking them. So you'll just start
Listen to
giving
me.
these run-on
You all said
sentences.
two things. You
No,
said
Troy,
Frank
listen,
Sanchez
man. You
is
do
top
these
10,
run-on sentences, man. We
and you said,
talking.
Robert
I've
Helenius is
answered that
number
question
2.
3
I didn't
different
get an
times.
answer for either one
I've
of those
answered that
words.
question 3 different fucking times.
I don't
Okay,
understand
well,
why
I
don't
don't
you
hear you because
hold
there's
up a
too many
second.
people
Can I
coming at me,
like,
and I'm
a
not the
serious
type to
question?
sit silent.
Does
I'll always
Google
give
work at your
pushback. So
house?
what is the
Does
answer?
Google work at your house, Troy? Like, because it works at my house. You can Google this question, right? You can answer this question for yourself.
My guy Box Talk just answered.
I don't have any employees that work in my house
Since he's
until.
not
I know,
listening,
and you don't have any employees on this panel either.
Since you won't listen, just read it, Troy. That's who Robert Helenius is. Because you didn't know that doesn't make him a bum. Because why is he fighting his sparring
I
partner?
never called a man a
If you want to
bum.
know
Y'all
why
said
he's
he's
fighting his
ranked
sparring
number
partner,
2,
if you want to
and I
know why
simply said
he's
he's
fighting
ranked
his
number
quote
2.
unquote sparring partner instead of is because
I
his
never
sparring
called
partner
him a
also
bum.
happens to be one of the
I
best
never
guys in the
called
world.
him a bum,
That's
so
why
that's
he's
a
fighting
lie.
his sparring partner.
Yes,
What you try
Robert
to inject
Helenius
in there
is
is what
ranked
you try
higher
to
than
tell
Frank
me
Sanchez.
is that Robert
Frank
Helenius is number
Sanchez
2
is
overall heavyweight in
3
boxing.
guys that
That's what you
AJ could
tried to
fight
tell me.
here.
No, that's not what I tried to tell you. That's not what I tried to tell you. I said he's ranked
Okay,
number
so
2 in the
why didn't you
WBA.
start off
I
by
just said
saying that
he's
he's
ranked
ranked
number 2.
number 2
I
in the
just said he's ranked
WBA?
number
You
2
said
in the
he's
world in
ranked
the
number
WBA.
2.
That's what I said.
You never.
Bro, this
I
dude
said
said
he's ranked number
shield.
2 in the world in the WBA. We can rewind that.
That was the
You
first
could
person who
rewind
thought
it, but you never once stated he was ranked number 2 in the WBA.
No, see,
You came out your mouth and said he's ranked number 2. When I asked the question, why is Wilder fighting the top 10 guy, Frank Sanchez? And you said because
He's
Robert
fighting a
Helenius is
different
ranked
top
number
10
2.
ranked guy. He's fighting a different top 10 ranked guy.
So to answer your question, the reason why he's fighting his sparring partner is because his sparring partner is also one of the best guys in the world. That's why.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's one of the best guys in the WBA, it looks like.
And WBC.
And
The
WBC.
sanctioning body that they're actually fighting.
Yo, Frank Sanchez is number 3 in the WBC rankings right now, actually.
Oh, so exciting.
Yeah.
So
But yo,
that's who he is, right? That's it. That's the answer. That's the 3 guys. You got 3 guys for AJ. Yeah, you now understand why he's fighting Helenius.
Okay, great. Yes, great. You know, you have the great Robert Helenius and the great Frank Sanchez. Yes, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Top 5 guys.
I'm sorry. Let's get the
I feel
great
so
Dillian
disappointed.
Top
White
5
and the
guys.
great Derek Chisora and the great Carlos Taco.
Also
Let's
not
get all them over
ranked
here,
top
too. Let's
10.
see what the fuck happens.
Carlos
Fuck out of here, man.
Man, who said that?
Tell you the truth. I would like to see some of these guys that actually need fights fight each other. Like, okay, you take a Sanchez, and you take the guy who just beat Coffee. What's the brother's name?
Big Baby Miller.
No, man, the guy who just beat Coffee.
No, man, I don't. You like polite
Coffee, man.
I
You know
don't
the
know.
guy who beat Coffee twice. He beat him the first time. He beat him in
Yeah,
a
nobody
rematch.
people forgot about it.
Okay, so
what's his
Johnny
name?
Rice.
Johnny Rice. So why?
Big Baby Miller beat AJ in the face-off.
No.
Remember
He
he
talking
pushed him
about.
off.
Okay, yeah, great face off.
dude?
What's his career been
I know
since?
what you're
But
talking about. I
anyway,
can't hear his name though.
what I'm saying is,
No,
why don't we
it's
put
Rice. It was right. Yeah, it was Rice. Rice beat Coffee.
why don't we put
Johnny
Rice in with
friend of the program.
with
Shout
old
out
boy
to
over there,
Johnny
Johnny. What's his name, y'all?
Johnny
The one
Rice.
who beat Coffee.
Johnny Rice.
Okay, that'll be a good fight for the fans, and that'll be a good fight because right now, Johnny Rice is hurting. I heard him on another show. He hasn't gotten a fight since he beat Coffee. So I don't want to hear that there's so much greatness. So no, get the fights made. I'm simply a simple fan of the sport, and we have fights that can be made, but they're not getting made.
It was you. The bag is in the UK, but all right.
And they don't have to be on pay-per-view either.
So
they don't have to be on
I know you don't want them on pay-per-view.
Wilder
We know you don't want pay-per-view.
It doesn't have to be on pay-per-view. It could be on free
We know you don't
TV.
want that.
It doesn't that.
Of course you want
Even
free
if it's not
TV.
on pay-per-view, I still watch it, man. I'm not a fool.
You
I
know
don't
you
shell
want
out money.
pay-per-view.
I don't shell out money for things that I don't want. Period.
So why you watching boxing? Because all the big fights are on pay-per-view,
That is a
my
very
man.
stupid question. There's no
Why
such
you
thing as
watching boxing?
that's a stupid
I
question.
just bought a socket set yesterday. I don't
That's a
even want
stupid
it.
question. That's a
Well,
stupid
you know
question.
what, Troy? I came here looking for intelligence, and you showed up. Unfortunately,
Actually,
so
actually, you
I
sound
mean,
like
we at where we
okay.
at with this whole situation with you. You don't pay
You
pay per
didn't
view.
hear the first
You
thing you
want to
said
tell
out your
people
mouth,
how
did
they
you?
should. You want to tell people
did.
how they should pay for pay-per-view, how they should watch
And there's the
pay-per-view.
rub.
You talk over talking people. You saying a
There's
bunch
the
of
rub.
nothing. You keep moving
Yo,
the goal.
yo, he
Say,
said not one.
ask a
There's the
question.
rub right
People
there.
can't even answer
There
the
is the
question
rub.
because your ass is still talking.
There is
You
the
just
rub.
yapping away, man.
There
You
is
need to
the
get you
rub.
a pet, man, so you can have somebody to talk
I
to.
never once
If you
told
get on here
anybody
like
what
a
to do.
battery, you
I
just
never once
wind up
told
and go,
anybody what to
man.
do. If you that weak-minded and you feel like I'm telling you what to do, I don't
I
have
never
any.
said that.
You
That's
just
the
said that I
problem with
come and
you,
tell
man.
people what to
Again,
do.
that's not what I said. I
You
bet you
just said that,
put
man.
yourself
You said
on
that I
mute and
come
ask
on
these
tell
people what
people
I
what to
said.
do.
Your ass can't hear, man, because you're too
Okay.
busy talking.
I'm
It's like some
I'm
elementary
gonna
shit.
talk
You
when you're
can't talk
lying.
and listen at the same
I'm
time.
gonna talk when you're
I don't
lying.
know what part of that concept you would never talk, but you cannot talk and listen at the same time. So you can't be
You
talking and
cannot
then
lie
tell
on.
somebody else what they
Hold on,
said.
Troy,
You can't do it, bro.
do that though. You can't just say, "Oh, he's lying," so I'm gonna talk over him.
When it
No,
comes to my
no,
name,
you
yes,
gotta,
I can.
Troy, you gotta
Man,
let people talk, man.
you just come on here talking all reckless, man. Then you don't like hearing what you like to hear, so you pull these elementary tactics where you overtalk people, keep moving the goalposts. Like that shit's annoying, man. If you want to have an adult conversation, use your big words and prove your point. If you're not making your point where somebody can understand it, make your point better. Don't get mad at somebody and be doing all that foolishness right there. It's your point. It's up to you to prove it. It's not for me to be Googling shit, helping you with support your facts. Those are your facts to prove your point. Prove your own damn point.
Okay, I'm gonna start off with what you said. You said that you come on here and you tell people what to do. No, I don't. No, I do not. I do not tell anybody what to do. I give my opinion just like everybody else. The fact is, if you don't like my opinion, that is your problem. I don't give a rat's
If
grass
we
what you
don't
do or
agree with
not.
your opinion, we lying or you're trying to change the topic. Like Troy, come on, man. We've been doing this shit too long.
I never said anybody was lying. The man said out his own mouth that I tell people what to do. When have I ever told
I
anybody
never
what to
said
do?
that. I never
Yes,
said
you
that,
did,
Troy.
bro. Yes, you did.
Bro, you like listening to Fox News, man. That's what you like listening to. You give people a natural born headache listening to you. You keep changing shit. You manipulate facts. You come with your own facts. Then when those are disproven, you come back. Well, what about this? What about that? Like, bro, that shit is. We not on here for that, man. If you don't know how to look up shit, that's your problem, man. If you don't know how to look shit up, it's all kind of information out here. You asking elementary questions about shit that can be proven on who can be ranked and who ain't ranked and why. It just don't make no sense, man. We should be past that.
I never once asked a question about who can be ranked and who
Not
can't be
one
ranked. So
bag
that's a
was
lie right
found
there.
in the UK
That's a
though.
lie right there. No, hold on a second.
You
Hold on a
said
second,
who
please.
ranked them? Who ranked them on number two? Who gave it? Who ranked them number two? Who ranked them?
I
You
never
didn't say
said
that?
that. I never said
You
who
talk
ranked
so
him
much
number
shit, man.
two.
You don't even know
Okay,
what
but
you said.
let me finish my statement. I said where's he ranked number two, not who. Now, let me finish my statement. You said that I come on here, and I don't have my facts. What facts didn't I have?
Where he's ranked number 2, the one you just stated.
Right. Because when DJ started, he
I don't
didn't
say
say
cuz, you said
WBA or
where.
WBC. He said he's ranked
What
number
you just
2.
said, you could have looked that up.
He said he's ranked number
Instead,
2.
you have to
Why
ask
would I look
anybody
it
that.
up
You
when
could
the
have asked
man said
yourself
he's
that and then
ranked
looked it
number
up.
2? Why would I look it up when the man
Because
said
it's
he's
your
ranked number
question.
2?
Literally nobody was interested in
No.
that, only you.
I
No.
said he was ranked number 2 in the WBA, but since you
No,
were
DJ,
talking
you
over
clearly
me,
said he was
you
ranked
didn't hear
number
the
2,
in
and
the
then I said,
WBA
where's
part.
he ranked number
Since you're
2?
doing what you're doing
I
now
said,
and
where's
trying
he
to
ranked number
out-talk me,
2? And then you came out and said in the WBA. I never,
Since
no,
you're
sir.
doing what you're doing now and trying to overtalk me, you didn't hear the WBA part. Oh, no, where's he number 2 in the world? Where's he number 2 in the world? I said from the beginning, he's number 2 in the WBA. But you didn't hear that part because you were trying to out-talk me. And you was like, well, nobody wants to see him fight his sparring partner. Well, it's a shame that his sparring partner is also one of the best guys in the world. Excuse him for doing that. Excuse him for taking on that challenge. Yeah, he could have went and dug up Carlos Takam like somebody else probably would have done. And
I said Sanchez. I didn't say Takam. I said Sanchez.
Frank Sanchez got a fight coming up. They both got fights around the same time, so that's why they didn't fight. That's another reason. That's why they didn't fight. But if you follow boxing, you know that.
So the bag in the UK consists of Derek Chisora, Dillian White, and AJ. I think Parker got one. at some point. Then you got guys who aren't from there, the guys who fought them, right? Povetkin, I think, got a bag. Parker got a bag, and Usyk got a bag. But basically, fighting those guys.
I don't care about luggage. I care about boxing.
Really? Because you're the ones that said that the UK, the bags in the UK.
Yeah, you do.
I've never used the term bag this whole night. You're absolutely wrong about that.
What?
Okay, that's all good. It's all good. Okay.
All right, it is all good. Because, dog, I'm not going to forgive you.
You see what I'm saying?
I
Like,
actually didn't like the first person you said was Shields. I mean, I love Shields too, but like you said Shields? Dog, you could have said AJ.
No. When it comes to Shields, you asked me which fight I'm going to pay for. I said the Shields fight. That's what I
You should
said.
have said somebody else. Is the point? You said
I don't
Shields.
have to say anybody else because that's the fight I'm going to pay for. I don't have to say anybody else. That's the fight.
You
I'm
don't
going
have
to
to
pay for.
pay for it.
You just said you were taking no face, man.
You said Shields. I was like, dog,
fight's gonna
what?
be free on ESPN. You don't have to pay for that fight. Just like you didn't have to pay for any of the fight.
Damn.
Yeah, he gonna pay for fights. He said out his own mouth. So he paid for them fight in 2 years. He said what he would and probably
I never
should.
said I haven't paid for a fight in 2 years. It's been a whole lot longer than that.
Fight have you paid for? Are you okay?
It's
The
cool.
floor is
It's
yours.
cool.
Which specific fight have you paid for in the last 2 years?
Did you pay for the Crawford
Which
Porter
one?
fight? Did you pay
And
for the
I
Crawford
told
Porter
you
fight?
0 would be your answer.
Okay, so that's what I said.
But
What
that
was
has
wrong?
no bearing on anything. That has no bearing on anything.
Man,
You're trying to make your point that I
you
don't pay for fights for what?
need to go listen to this
For what?
for yourself.
Fucking box
You need to
talk.
play this back and
Now
listen to
one.
yourself.
Now
You
one.
ride it. Now one fight.
Now one bag.
Name a fight I should have paid for in the last 2 years. Go ahead.
That's
Name
up
a
to
fight
you.
that I no.
You
Stop
No,
said
there's
you
like
spent no money.
there's like
Name a fight I
3
should have paid
bags
for in
over
the
there.
last
There's
2
like
years.
3 or 4 bags. Yeah, there's a
Name
couple.
a fight that I should have. Name a fight that I should have shelled out money for. Name a fight that was so great and so big that I should have paid for in the last 2 years.
You know,
Go ahead.
We already talked
how
about it.
you
Wilder
evolve
versus Fury. We already said
Then
it.
maybe
Wilder
you can
versus
learn
I
how
Fury.
to
saw that fight
communicate.
for free. So why am I gonna pay for it if I can watch it for
All
free?
your fights
Right,
for
well, you said what fight was so good that you should pay for it. That one. That's so good you should pay for it. Just because you didn't, that doesn't mean you shouldn't have.
No. You talk. Listen to me. If you could watch something for free, why you gonna pay for it? Because it might. So
Literally, you said what fight was so good that you should have
okay. So
because it was so good. It was literally in the wording of your question.
What you're trying to tell me is that everybody on this panel pay for fights, but if you had an
You
option
are the
to get
one
them
who
for
put the
free,
limit. You are the one who put the
you would still
qualifier
pay for
on
it?
quality.
Huh? Okay.
You are the one who said the fight being so good, not whether or not you could get it for free anyway.
Answer my question.
I already
If you
did.
offer watch the
Wilder
fights for
Fury
free,
3 was so good that you should have
would
paid
you
for
still
it.
pay for them?
Yes, it was so good that you should have paid for it.
No, not if I can watch it for free. I'm not paying for
Well,
any
then,
fights that
right,
I really,
then, okay,
that
great.
really don't attach
If,
themselves to my
every
soul.
fight that you can watch for
Okay?
free, there is no
Thank
fight that's good. If you can watch every fight for free, then what is the point for paying for any fight? What is the point of this question?
That's a good question because you got all these Wilder fans. Well, why doesn't he sell out in his own country? Why? Thank you.
Who said he does sell out in his own country? What are you talking about?
Where does he?
You're over here
Where does he
watching
sell
his
out?
fight for free.
Like literally, his
And
last
you
5 fights
ask
have
the
all been
question-
sellouts.
Wait, hang on, smoke. So hang on.
That's because
This guy just asked. This guy. Wait, hang on. This guy just said, "I'm watching Wilder fights for free," but then in the same breath, gonna ask us why can't this guy sell it because people are watching his fights for free. What the fuck?
I didn't say that. I
Yes,
said
you
if he,
did.
I said he had no,
That's what
sir.
you said.
I said he has so many fans. Why doesn't he sell out? I don't give a damn what you heard, but the facts are. I said he's had so many fans. Why doesn't he sell out in his own country? That was my
Because
word
you're
for word for
watching
word.
fights for free.
Thank you.
Why don't you support Troy? Come on, G.
I do support the sport, man.
No,
You
no,
don't have to pay-per-view. Watching pay-per-view. I support my own way.
Hang on. What I meant by that was, how come you don't buy the fights?
None of them are worthy enough for me to buy. That's why I said that. I don't know how many times already.
I see.
Okay, but why would you buy it anyway if you could get it for free, even if it was worthy?
That's different. If I thought the fight
No,
was worthy enough
that's
to
literally
watch,
the question you
and
posed
listen to me.
It was a question you posed to me. If you can get it for free, why pay for it?
Okay, Smoke. Listen, I just went to the movies last week and watched what's the movie? Woman King on IMAX.
You posed a question to me. I'm just posing it back to you.
I could have watched that at home. Listen to me. I'm giving you. I'm giving you an answer. I could have stayed at home and watched the same movie for free, but I thought that movie was worthy enough for me to go to IMAX to watch it, and I'm glad that I did. I enjoyed the movie.
Great. If you could, right, but you can't get IMAX. But you can't get that for free. You can't get IMAX movie theater for free.
IMAX at
You
home.
literally have to go to IMAX and a movie theater to do that.
I answered your question, Smoke.
You did not, because you can't get that for free.
Smoke, listen to me.
Can you get IMAX movie theater? Can you get an IMAX at your home for free?
I can watch any new movie for free, Smoke. Any new movie. Any new movie.
Is it IMAX? Do you have an IMAX at your house?
No, because that was a nice try. That was a nice try.
Well, actually, yes, I do. Smoke is set up in the basement.
No, we back on your head, Troy. So, what was the last fight you paid for?
Jesus Christ! I just told you I don't know, man.
2 years ago.
Hold on. I just want to ask you, what was the last fight you paid for?
No, we lost him, DJ.
No, we didn't lose him. Trust me, we didn't lose him. What was the last fight you paid for, and what piece of fighter merch have you bought in the last, let's say, 4 years?
No, he has not.
Here we go with that nonsense. I don't buy. Okay, the stuff that I would buy, you all wouldn't get it. First and foremost, I have a bunch of boxing stuff in my house. Right, I'm keeping that from pass on to my children while I'm not around. So, I'm not going to list it for you.
While he bootleg fights and tell them how boxing sucks.
No. I have a bunch of.
You told us that you support boxing.
I love yes.
So I'm trying to figure out.
Allow me to tell you how.
Boxing.
Allow me to tell you how.
You support boxing other than
by hoarding. He just told me to hoarder.
Allow me to tell you how. Then why don't you allow me to tell you how? They don't always involve money, man. It's youngsters right down there on the street corners, right? And they might be confused about life. I'm telling you how I support boxing, man. I'm telling you how I support boxing, but you won't let me finish my statement. I'm telling you how I support boxing. If you'll just let me finish. You all shell out money. I all shell out my soul. I go down to these corners. I got a cargo van, a 15-passenger van, and I get to know these brothers that are out here doing what they shouldn't be doing, and they're young. I don't know all the ins and outs of their lives, but I know when I ask them, let me finish my point. Let me finish my damn point. And I tell them, look, I box. If you want to learn how to box, I'll take you to the gym and you could check it. And you could come to the gym with me and I'll train you for free, man, to give you a different perspective on life. That's how I support. That's how I support my sport, man. Thank you. I don't give a damn what you think about that. So listen to me. Shelling out money, that's your way of supporting. Saving lives is my way of supporting.
That's commendable. That's straight up commendable. That's word to I appreciate it. I wish more people did stuff like that.
No money for shit that I don't want. I want to change lives.
When you're out there, in the corner of Detroit, do you also show them something like that right there on the spot? Like maybe show them a stance, maybe
that's the first thing I showed them. I showed them how to listen. The first thing I do is I take two fingers and I push them off their balance. Then I tell them, look, this is your stance. Then I get into a stance and I say, well, try to push me. They can't push me because I'm in a stance, but I can push them with two fingers. Okay.
Weird.
Yeah. Cool. That's what's up, man.
How did that sound weird? Who the hell said that?
Hey, keep doing that. I wish more people did it.
Who the hell said I sound weird?
You started the story by saying I go to this corner, right? And I pick up these random.
I said corners. I said there's young men on the corners right now. You sound weird because you're weak. Shit in the first place. If I'm out here putting myself at risk talking to these youngsters who obviously you fear, and I don't, and you know why I don't fear them? Because I see a lot of me in them. When I was younger, I never sold drugs or anything, but I understand the anger and the other stuff that might be going on with them. And I could reach out to them, and they could see the honesty in me. I could see the honesty in them, and I could save a few of them. Most of them who I've trained have went back on the street and got killed. A few have done what they do, right? But this is Baltimore, man, and just like any other city is violent. They go back out and they end up getting back in whatever they were doing. They get killed, and the few that stay actually progress to go on to school and maybe get a CDL or something. and they move on, and it starts with somebody that says, I'm going to give you a helping hand. That's how I support this sport.
First of all, we not fucking doing that. That's not what the fuck I asked you. I asked you,
what's CDL?
Fucking wrangling, man. That kind of sounds
like
weird.
What's CDL? What's
Does
CDL?
that sound weird to you guys? That sounded kind of weird to me.
Boxing, and he went into
The
his
way he was talking,
activism,
man. What?
which is cool. I commend it and all that shit. But
No, he
not
could have
about
said
to
like,
sit
"Yo,
here-
I work at this
but you're
place, and
not
then we
about
go
to
do
fucking
this." He could
sit
say, "I
here
do it
and
this way."
tell me I don't buy fights, I don't go to fights, but yet I'm gonna sit here and bitch and moan about the fighters not fighting.
No, I mean, listen, welcome to
make-
Troy Graham.
make-
I just recognized the voice and the take. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I know you still fucking shoveling this stuff. It's been like this. It's been a good 2-3 years.
Yeah,
All
he did say he had a van.
goddamn.
He did say he had a van. That was weird. That was weird shit. I was like, wait, what? What?
You know, that was I just wanted to point that out.
I mean, I got it, but I was like, man, you make this.
No, his whole shtick is the boxing promotion sucks. It was
I feel
great.
like, a lot
back
of
in the day.
times, we can get off. We'll get off on these long tangents and we'll forget what the original question was. And I like to bring it back to the original question, which was, how does he support boxing? I know a lot of us either pay for fights, either have merch or bought merch, or we go to fights. Like, it's different ways that we try to support the sport, but you're not about to sit up here and tell me, like, me and Max have even gone through this shit before. Max don't buy fucking fights. Max don't buy fights, but he complain about fights. Like, so I'm just, so what fight will you pay for? None of them. Okay, then shut the fuck up then. It don't matter. Okay.
Damn, man. Man, all right, man. All right, Troy, hey, Troy, here he
What
is.
is with the, no, hold on a second. Hold on. Hold on.
Why
What
do
is
I have
with
to hold
this-
on? You hold on. I'm spinning. I'm
What
just
is with this
You
elementary
hold on.
nonsense?
Hold on. You hold on.
What is with this elementary nonsense that you put me in the back room? We
Yeah,
supposed to be men. Have no.
I know. Okay. Yeah, you didn't piss off Troy. You don't like being put in the back room. I remember D. Jefferson used to do that.
But you can't take
DJ,
any
he
pushback.
still don't like D. Jefferson behind that shit.
You do things your way. I do things my way. Listen to me. I understand that you all are sheep. That you like the backbone to stand as a man like I do.
And I understand you're a fucking leap. If you can call me a sheep, I can call you a fucking leap.
Man. Shit, that's funny as fuck.
So
why?
So he won't pay for an actual fight, but he'll go watch the women in the movie fight. That make a lot of sense. Actors, that make a lot of sense, brother. Make a whole lot of sense. And get on here and talk about it, complain about it. Make a lot of sense.
Nah, man, this dude said Shields. I was like, what? Well, you can say any other fighter, man, but you said Shields. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I thought you had a crush on her. I was like, that's cool, but like,
She's getting a dark and lovely on these days.
Fuck. I'm like, dog. Talk about some real fighters, dude.
Carissa Shields is blossoming into a beautiful.
I like her, but like, damn.
Personally, I'm not attracted to her, but she's.
No, I'm just saying, she's
no,
just.
But like, I asked him, I was like, yo, who do you like? Dude was like, Shields. I was like,
there was a time, if you understand that, like you had it with a crush on Carissa Shields, where it would have been like, okay, like really, what are you on? But like these days, like that's not. Hey, you get a lot less pushback than you would have, like, let's say, like 4 years ago, 5 years.
But Smoke, if he was seriously a diehard Shields fan, it wouldn't be nothing wrong with that. If that's who he felt like that was his chick that he liked to watch. But it's just a bunch of nonsense, man. We too old for that kind of stuff, man. That's childish, man. That don't even make any sense, man. That's like your nephew, the confused nephew, where you pull him to the side, and you smack him in the back of the head and say, "Hey, man, cut that shit out, man."
So I have a question. Is there any sort of women's sport that you watch and you're not like attracted to? You're not trying to fuck. The reason why you're watching it is not because you're trying interested in fucking. You just like appreciate the art, the craft, the the athleticism, whatever the fuck.
What, me personally, or just in general?
Yeah, just you personally.
Tennis,
basketball, golf. I watch some golf sometimes. I don't watch tennis. Basketball, those chicks, a lot of them ain't. They're not. There's some that are fine, but a lot of them ain't. They ain't.
You think tennis chicks are hot, but they're not. They're not.
Yeah. Now I hear you.
So basically, if you don't agree, if I don't agree with the masses, I'm weird, I'm this, I'm that. Okay, good.
No, man, no.
Oh, God, yes. Yeah, no. Let him think whatever he wants to think.
I don't
If that's
come
what
over
he
here
wants
to
to think,
get
cool.
boxing
Like
knowledge
arguing
from
with this
any
dude,
of
I'm
you.
done
I'm just letting you
arguing.
know.
Yes,
Nah, man.
whatever you think, Troy.
You know what I mean? 'Cause
That's exactly what's going on.
To me, that shit's weak. Like, man, we ain't. If we're gonna call
The
you a bitch,
entirety
we're
of this
gonna call you a
panel
bitch.
compared to me is
No,
weak.
if we're gonna call you a bitch, we're just gonna call you a bitch. Like, what
And
the
you
fuck?
exactly
We don't care
proving
about
my
your
point.
names and all that shit. No, fuck that.
That's the way you see yourself as a bitch.
No,
I understand.
no,
I understand.
no. Talking about you.
And I'm talking about you.
No,
I
stop,
can
bro.
point too,
Okay,
see?
now I get it. Now I get what DJ was saying. You over here.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what DJ has to say. I really don't. The fact is that I gave my
All right, then get
opinion.
the
You
fuck
all
out
don't
of here,
like it.
then, man.
DJ
Get the fuck
feels
out
that
of here.
he's the
Man,
teacher. You
leave.
put me in the back
Shut up.
room. So
Shut
you
up.
know what I'm saying?
Shut
I
up
don't know
and
how you
leave.
gonna shut me up when you gonna
Get
put
out
me
of
in the
here.
back room again.
Get out of here,
That's
leave.
just a
You
sign
say
of
you got
weakness.
nothing else to say.
I got
Shut
two
your ass
Joes.
up and
I
leave,
don't put
then.
nobody in the back room because of a difference
Fuck,
of opinion.
man.
I
Shut up.
don't.
Fucking weird.
What's weird about me? Because you keep saying that, and you look like a weasel. So you know what's weird?
Yeah, I am. Go ahead and get out of here, man.
No. Just explain
No,
what's
get out
weird.
of here.
What
You
is
don't want
weird, man?
get
I'm
out of here.
sorry. I'm trying
Get out of
to
here.
have a decent
Hey
conversation
man,
with
Get
you.
out of
Explain
here.
weird.
hit the
Get
subscribe
out of
button.
here.
It's weird, man.
Thank
What
y'all.
is weird?
It's Sandman Sims. He's trying to get the hook. He's doing a little soft shoe. He's coming with
Please
the
hit
hook.
the like button, hit the subscribe button.
All I want is the answer to the
Uncle
question.
Troy.
You said I was weird. What is
I
Uncle
weird?
do
Baby.
like you though, Troy. I do like you though, man.
No,
You're
you
fucking
don't.
weird.
What
I
is
do.
weird about me? That's not, I'm just trying to get
I
you to
do
answer,
like you.
answer
You're
your
fucking
question.
weird, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to take you to China, man. Listen,
Man,
I know
stop
we all
sounding
saw the
weird like
Batman
that.
movie.
Stop.
What is
I know
going on
we
in
all saw the
China?
Batman.
To do what?
No,
Wait a minute.
let me
You
finish
said
my
you're
point.
bringing brothers to China to do what exactly?
Let me finish my point, Smoke.
Yeah, I'm
I know we
fascinated.
all.
I'm absolutely fascinated.
Okay, I know we saw the
You're trying to
Batman
flew
movie.
somebody out.
I know we saw the Batman movie where the Joker
Man,
was like,
are you
that's a
harvesting his
weasel
organs?
right there. I know weasels, and he's going to squeal, and that is a weasel.
So
Right
in
there.
China, what are you
That
going
is a
to take him to
weasel.
China to get him to squeal? What's happening?
You're trying to get them flued out.
What the fuck is going on in China, Troy? Please, why
It's just a
China?
scene from a movie where the Joker said the dude was a weasel. That's what I'm making.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, now I got you. Yeah, right. Okay, I got you. Yeah, right.
Why didn't you
Snitch.
just say that then?
I just did 3 times
You
weasel.
said that. You should have just said that. You're like, hey man, I think you're fucking
Yeah,
weasel.
because I thought he's doing. I thought he's like literally. I thought he's doing Conor McGregor. I thought I thought I heard squealer. He said, "I know a snitch when I see one." That guy's a squealer. Like I think he's talking about a snitch. The weasel thing, I think, is Conor McGregor.
No, I'm talking about the Batman movie where he was looking at the Chinese guy on the screen. Remember when he met him?
I know.
Okay.
I know. But did he call him a weasel in that scene? I don't remember. Anyway,
Okay, he called him a squeal. He called him a squealer. So
yeah, he's a squealer. Yeah, he called him a squealer.
The
weasel shit.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. The weasel shit, I think, is Conor McGregor. Talking about Steven Espinoza.
Okay, you know, I know squealers, and that's a squealer with his fake mustache.
Damn, he said you got a clip on.
I know, right? That did kind of hurt. That did kind of hurt.
The same person that did Floyd's hair did your mustache, right?
Damn, get him off your ass.
He did. He did.
That's good to know.
Yeah. I don't want to be mean, Troy, man. So I ain't about to go there.
You can't be mean to me.
Oh,
There's
my
nothing that you fools could do to damage me or hurt me. I don't know why I think that.
Okay. There we go. He's a masochist.
No.
Anyway, boxing. So
Thank you, Smoke. Thank you.
We talked. I don't think we
Fake
talked about the
mustache.
Conor McGregor
Dude,
undercard.
it
I don't
looks
think.
fake,
that-
Troy.
That's not boxing,
Oh,
Smoke.
there you go. Sorry. Now, hey, Dad, we got him with the stash though. We got to talk about it.
I haven't gotten that one. Wait, Troy, it looks fake. My mustache. Damn.
Hey, man, we moved on from your, from your press on mustache. Go ahead, Smoke.
Damn.
It's kind of it is unique.
But it
You look
looks fake though.
you look somewhere between a guy that's in a cheesy, cowboy movie to some guy that's about to do some freaky porn movie. That's what you look like.
Okay, now it's getting normal again. All right.
Actually, it's actually really common for like an Indian guy.
Yeah.
Dango just
A native guy.
Dango
Say
just
that.
Dallas or something. That's
Say
how
that.
you look.
Say that.
Right. So both the indigenous and also like really like India as in the subcontinent.
Oh
The
yeah,
Indian
I love
subcontinent.
that. Nah, but say the say the porn stash or cowboy. Don't say fake mustache. Say like you got a porn.
Anyway, what's the next big fight that's coming up in the U.S. since y'all don't care about Conor Ben and all that? What's the next big fight coming up?
What you think, bro? The one you say is gonna flop.
Oh, that's a big fight.
The one you said is gonna flop. That's actually the next big fight. And you're just on one. Like you for some reason you're genetically predisposed to hating on Wilder. Like you can't you can like actually never give the man a compliment or give him his just due.
Hey,
I don't know what it is.
Alicia Baumgartner fight.
Alicia Baumgartner is like undercard, right? She's the undercard of Clarissa Shields.
Oh, okay. That's worth looking at then.
Troy, who do you think is gonna win that fight? Shields or what's her name? Don't tell me.
Taylor Tate.
No, don't tell me. I know it. Can't
Not Sheriff.
Savannah Marshall.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. I almost forgot her name. Damn. Troy, you there?
I'm not sure if he's here. I think you might have like need to take a break.
No. Maybe use the restroom.
I don't think he said a 50 passenger van. Did he say a 50 passenger
No,
van?
He did say van. That was fucking.
I know
weird.
he said van, but I mean, come on, guys.
No,
You
man.
guys got him driving up in the fucking school bus.
It would have sounded better, but Smoke. It would have sounded better if we'd have been like, "Hey, man, like on the weekends, I go and volunteer at this place, and we go and pick up the unfortunate." But he sounded really weird. I was like,
Well, here's the thing. So because I watched The Wire, right? I know that in Baltimore they just call them corners. Like I don't understand that. Like I just go to the corners and talk to people. Like really, they're just saying they talk to people on the street, like strangers on the street. And really, what he's saying is he talks to people who are selling drugs and tries to get them into boxing. Like literally, like that dude from The Wire.
Right.
Nah, he lures them into the band.
Well, I mean, okay. So what you guys are talking about isn't boxing. He kept it boxing. Well, you guys are going into some other places.
Right. No, like I said, did you hear what I said? I said, man, I got a sick mind because I was like, dude, fuck you talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I just wondering. Anyway, it is what it is. I actually think that like being charitable and reaching back and trying to help the less fortunate, and then also getting people into boxing, getting them into something positive versus that other thing is also
the streets. Yeah, versus the street.
But like, yeah, Troy needs somebody trustworthy to fucking sign to because I would never fucking sign him on as my manager. Like, who the hell is gonna matter? Like, once you get me off the street, how you gonna get me paid? Now that I can throw these fair ones.
Hey,
are you asking me that question?
What?
No, I mean that's just me. That's my thought process.
Okay, well, first of all, I never said. Listen. I never said I was a manager. I said I know how to train. Now I know people who are in the business that I could.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
But that's not my specialty.
Correct.
I trained.
Right,
So why am I going to put shoes on? Why am I gonna
I don't need to
put
hear
the
you
shoes
give
on
me
that
a
I
whole
shouldn't
resume.
wear?
That's what I said, bro.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
It's literally what I
Hey,
said. Is I hope you have somebody there to manage people because there's no fucking way I'm having you manage my career.
And
hey,
I
but
never
Troy,
once said that. I never once said I was a
Troy,
manager. Smoke.
no, he's talking shit. Troy, he's
I
talking
never
shit.
once said I was a manager.
I understand that. That's why I said after you train them, after you get them in there, I hope you have somebody that can manage because there's no fucking way I'd have you manage my career.
Yes, Smoke. I have a plan B for them.
Awesome. No, that should be
Good.
plan
Thank
A.
you.
That should be plan A, B, C, D, E, and F. Somebody else to manage their career.
Smoke. If I chose to be a manager, I would be, but I don't because I
Oh
enjoy the
my
training
God,
aspect
I
of
get it,
Thank
baby.
you.
That's a wise choice. You made several wise choices, I'm sure, in your life. That's totally one of them.
Hey, but Troy, who do you think is gonna win that Shields Marshall fight?
Shields is gonna, Shields gonna outpoint her and win. She's gonna
Can she knock
outbox
her
her.
out?
No, I don't think she's knocking her out. She's too big, but she's gonna outbox her and outpoint her and win.
Savannah Marshall is that much bigger than her?
Yeah, she's a big girl.
No, she's not. No, she's not. She's not that much bigger than Carissa. Everybody tries to make it seem like Savannah Marshall is just this gargantuan woman. She's not. Look at the face-offs when they stand next to each other. She's not that much bigger than Clarissa. Now, does she have long arms? Sure, she does. She might have the reach on Clarissa, but as far as just sheer size, Clarissa might actually be the same size as Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall's a little bit taller, but they are the same size. Look at Clarissa's back and her legs and her hips, and look at Savannah Marshall's back, leg, and hips. They are the same size.
Oh yeah.
Savannah Marshall's just a little bit taller, but they are the same size.
Yeah, I like to compare the back and the hips.
And what is I forgot. What is this weight?
So nasty.
What is this
But,
weight?
I was strictly just talking about from a physique standpoint. Like Clarissa Shields ain't small.
Is she? What's the weight they fighting at?
160.
160. No shit. Really?
Yeah, 160.
Wow.
Yeah, Clarissa Shields ain't small, man.
Right.
Damn.
Like she started her pro career.
She outweighs me by 5 pounds. That's crazy. Wow.
She started her pro career at 168. Now she was weighing in at like 164, 165. You know, some shit like that. But as far as like,
and she got the brain.
I don't see the same size advantage that everybody else sees in this fight. I really don't.
I mean, yeah, like you said, man, they middleweights, so there's some big women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My ex-wife, all she drank was coffee, and all she ate was coffee, and she was 130, 126, and the highest she ever got was like 130. Yeah, 130. At 5'5".
Troy, what about the other fight? What about Bumgarner and Mayer? We got in that one.
I got Bumgarner.
It pains me to say it, but I gotta go with Michaela Mayer. I'm going with Michaela Mayer on this one. I just really think she's gonna outwork Alicia Baumgartner. And I think the only way Alicia Baumgartner can win this fight is if she knocks out Michaela Mayer, which is a very, very good possibility that she can do that. But at the same time, I don't see it happening personally. But I'd be pleasantly surprised if she did. But my pre-fight prediction, man, I just think Michaela Mayer outworks her. She ends up possibly winning this fight 6-4, 7-3 on the cards, man.
I mean, Bumgarner could. The only reason why I say she couldn't is because like it's almost like we only got how long was that Terry Harper fight? Like 3 rounds?
Huh?
I said how long was that her fight with Terry Harper? Did she knock her out like really early? I can't remember.
I think it was 2 or 3 rounds. It was real early.
Yeah,
she knocked her out early.
So like Yeah, I don't know. There's not enough to know that if she could like for surely do that, because it was such a. It was like she got stopped standing up, you know. So I don't know. I don't know. What if Bumgarner goes in there and like does the same thing, but like kind of she just catches her, so like she just pivots, you know. I don't know. I'm like you, DJ. I do have Mayer winning that fight, but like I also wouldn't be mad, and I'd be pleasantly surprised if she actually were to pull that off again. If she's able to
Fourth
just
round. Thank you, Box Talk. Thank you.
Fourth round. Okay, word.
Box Talk said, I'm gonna go with Michaela. I used to like Baumgartner, but then she stopped following me, and Michaela still does. Box Talk, that's petty.
For real. I'm with that too.
Hey, you support those that support you, right?
Right. Is Helenius gonna be fight for Wilder or nah? Easy work. I think eventually Wilder knocks him out, possibly in the 6th or 7th round. But it will be interesting the first 4 rounds. I'll say
Helenius
that
is a whole load.
both guys, they know each other. They know each other so well. Like everybody's been pointing out, Helenius has been a part of some of Wilder's camps as a sparring partner, so they know each other. They know each other's tendencies. They know each other's best punches. But it's one thing. I don't put a lot of stock in sparring, because it's with heavier gloves and headgear, and you may not necessarily be going in there trying to sleep your opponent. Might just be in there trying to work on something. You never know the real terms of the sparring, so I don't put a lot of stock in the sparring stories. But it's gonna we're gonna see, man. But I think it'll be interesting those first 4 rounds. After that, we'll see. We'll see if the questions about Wilder's chin are valid, which I don't think they are, but that's just my personal opinion. But a lot of people have questions about Wilder's chin. Can he still take a shot? We're going to find that out because Helenius is a devastating puncher.
Yeah.
Where does Wilder go if he loses?
Home?
Wherever he wants to, because he didn't have to take this fight. He could have retired. He really has nothing else to prove in the sport. He's just fighting because he wants to.
He wants to be champion again.
Yeah, other than
I got him. I got him beating. I got him beating Helenius, and then I hope he gets the Usyk fight after that, and then knocks out Usyk, so then I can laugh at Troy. I'm gonna laugh. I'm just gonna live vicariously through Wilder to laugh at Troy. Laugh at you, Uncle Troy, Uncle Baby. Got to do it. Keep us both young.
Box Talk Goofy, man. That's my guy. He's like to the UK to get the bag.
Exactly. So you can knock out your boy Dillian White.
Oh God. Oh man, you don't understand how happy that would make me. I would love this. I would love to see them have to scrape Dillian White off the canvas again.
Oh my God! Dude. Like I don't know. I don't know if there'd be no limit with me, Troy.
That's not going to happen because Wilder will never find the heart to fight him.
Yeah, exactly.
Never find the heart to fight him.
Yeah, exactly. Let's say let's just say he found the Wizard of Oz, right? He went to the Wizard of Oz. He got himself a heart, and he got those Usyk belts, and then knocked out White. There'll be no limit with me, Troy. I'm gonna be on your fucking. I'll be commenting on every single video you ever made, just laughing emoji.
Yeah, well, that's cool. That's cool because I felt the same way when Wilder was on his face after he finished.
No, I hear you. And listen, that is cool. And I got you. What's great about that? What's great about that one was that all those people talk about the fight was never going to happen, and that Wilder was retired, and the Fury had his number, right? All that shit.
Fury does have his number, obviously.
I'm really obvious. So when a guy has your number, do you usually get off the canvas twice?
He didn't get off the canvas in the last fight.
The hell he didn't. 2 times he did.
On his face. On his face.
Do you not understand he had to get off the canvas twice?
He finished on his face.
Great. Fury got off the canvas twice in that fight.
when Wilder finished on his face.
Correct. Just
Right.
generally speaking, when a guy you have a guy's number, he doesn't knock you down a couple of
That
times.
is absolutely not true.
Okay, cool. All right. I guess having your number means something different. I wasn't talking about a telephone number.
It always goes by how something ends, not what happens in the middle, Smooth. Wilder finished on his face.
Not when it comes to having a guy's number. But okay.
Truth
I'm
is,
just saying.
the truth is, if both of them fight right now, Wilder and White, I couldn't tell you who wins because they
Let
both
Brandon on. He's trying to get on. He's trying to get on.
because they're both kind of damaged in their own way.
Okay.
So I don't know who wins right now. If it was a few months ago, then I'm picking White. But right now,
there's nothing that White does good. He's okay with the jab. He's okay with the left hook to the body.
Oh,
and he's kind of dirty. He does dirty good.
Obviously, he does something good.
He actually does dirty.
He does something good because he was on a winning streak. So Wilder
Yeah.
want to fight.
I'm sorry. Picking your opponents. He's pretty good at picking his opponents.
Yes, and he picked all the opponents that Wilder wouldn't fight.
Yeah, because nobody would like Lucas Brown. Nobody would accept Lucas Brown. Nobody would accept Malcolm Tan. As a champion, at that point, they wouldn't have accepted of Robert Helenius back then.
Povetkin was his last fight before Fury. Thank you.
Yeah, Povetkin popped dirty.
Really? Because he came up clean after Wilder, and he offered Wilder to fight again.
Yeah,
Wilder
I got it.
No.
Right.
No.
So I got it. But when they were supposed to fight, he popped dirty, and the fight got canceled.
Okay, but he offered it when he came up clean. Why didn't he fight?
Yeah, that's how he ended up fighting Chris Arreola. He was
No, that's not how he found out. That's not how he found out why he fighting Chris Arreola. It's how he wound up fighting Bermain Stavern.
No, not
the second time. The reason why he fought Bermain Stavern in the rematch was because yes, there it is.
You're right.
When he came up clean.
Awesome. The fight had already been canceled. Who cares what you come up after the fight's been canceled?
Yeah, because that's kind of strange. When it came to Ortiz, he came up dirty and gave him a shot.
Yes, correct. And then the fight was canceled, and then they remanded the fight. No, it's not a double standard. In the case with Ortiz, there wasn't a lawsuit pending, right? So when Povetkin came around, once he got his clean test, they were in a lawsuit. It didn't get resolved for like another couple of years after that.
They could have still fought, lawsuit or not.
Oh, they could have still fought a lawsuit. Cool. Anyway, the difference between Luis Ortiz and Povetkin was when Luis Ortiz got cleared, he wasn't actively suing Deontay Wilder.
Excuses.
Yeah, whatever. You call it excuses. I mean, I know we don't have the same definition for a lot of words.
Klitschko, Parker, White, Joshua, Chisora. Those are dudes he should have fought, but he never fought them.
He should have fought them according to whom? Who said he should have fought them?
Anthony Joshua.
Those are the top names in heavyweight boxing.
They were not the top name. Okay, first off, Parker.
Yes, they were.
Okay, Chisora was not the top name when they were supposed to fight at all. And it wasn't any bigger than the guy he actually did fight in Luis Ortiz.
As a
matter of fact, Luis Ortiz at that point, Luis Ortiz was actually even
there was no
higher
fight
rank
bigger than the Deontay Wilder Luis Ortiz fight.
What?
There was no fight bigger than the Luis Ortiz fight and Wilder. Are you sure about that?
Like I just said, Derek Chisora. Like I said, Derek Chisora.
No. You said there's no at the time. There's no heavyweight fight bigger than
no. That's what you heard. That's not what
Wilder.
That might be what you heard. That has nothing to do with what I said.
What
like I said, for the fifth time, can you please stop interrupting me? Luis Ortiz was a higher ranked fighter than Derek Chisora. Derek Chisora was not a top ranked fighter at the time.
That's not true, and I don't know how he was top ranked over White when he hasn't.
I know you don't. There's a lot of stuff you don't know.
Listen, Luis Ortiz hasn't accomplished a damn thing to make him over White, so I don't.
According to you, I got it. And if you were president of WBC, you could do something about that.
Dillian White wouldn't fight him either.
That's not true because when somebody sends you a contract, how are they not trying to fight you, DJ?
Nobody, neither Dillian White nor AJ sent Ortiz a contract. But anyway, that doesn't even matter.
Both of them sent him a contract.
No, neither one. And neither guy sent him in a
Listen,
contract.
Boxing Voice live. This is his
I was
trainer.
there for the entire
This
thing.
is his trainer.
Correct.
His trainer
Didn't get a contract.
He didn't know anything about the contract.
I
The
did,
manager
correct.
never
Because
told
there
him.
was no
The
contract.
manager never told him. So don't say
There
there
was
was
no
no
contract.
contract. There was a
The fight
contract.
fell apart between the promoter and Eddie Hearn. There was never any contract side because they never even got to a price.
He sent it to the manager like
There
he
was
was
no
supposed
sense
to,
in
and the
anything.
manager never
They were
said it.
negotiating.
The manager never told him about it.
Luis Ortiz's promoter and Eddie Hearn were negotiating. There was never any contract. There was never any offer.
I can
They were
only
just
go
trying to
by
figure out a
what
fight.
I can only go by the people that are involved in the
I
fight.
guess the
who
offer
came
was
out
for
their
$7
own
million.
mouth, because you don't
Correct.
have any
And out
facts.
of his
But
own mouth. Correct.
his
Correct,
trainer
bro. I
said
can't deal with what
clearly on
you
the
hear.
Boxing
I
Voice
can't talk about
that
what you
there
hear. I
was a
know about the
contract,
Boxing Voice.
but we never
Correct.
saw it because the manager never gave it to us.
Because they weren't
That's what he
talking about a
said.
contract. Because they weren't talking about a contract. They were talking about a low ball offer. Because that's what he said. He said he got a low ball offer,
$7
not a
million
contract.
is low ball. $7 million
Again,
is low ball.
now you're changing the goalpost to what he was actually talking about. The offer, not the contract.
$7 million. The contract was for a $7 million fight.
There
with
was no
Joshua.
contract ever.
Okay, Smoke. I don't give a damn what you say, but the man who's involved with the fight said that there was.
No, he didn't.
Yes,
That's
he
just
did.
what you heard. That's not what he said. That's just what you heard.
That's exactly what he said.
That's not what he said
I'm
at
not
all.
there.
That's just what you heard.
No, don't Smoke. That is what the man said verbatim.
That's not what he said at all. What he said was
What'd he say?
came out. What he said was when he came out and said it's a low ball offer, he hadn't heard what the amount was. He just was repeating what the promoter said. But then when he heard the amount, he said, "You know what? That's actually not a low ball offer. We would take that offer because we like our chances better with AJ than with Deontay Wilder because he punches like a mule kicking." But the promoter said we had already had the same offer from Wilder, so he was trying to get more money out of AJ. But he couldn't get more money out of AJ. There was never any contract. Literally, neither White nor AJ sent that guy a contract. Since you want to be so
Yes,
literal
he
about it,
did. I can only go. I can
since you want to talk about the
only
bag
go
in
by what the
UK,
people said that are
I know,
involved in the
but
fight.
no, what you're going by is what you heard, not what they said.
If White and Eddie Hearn said they sent them, well, Eddie Hearn said he sent him a contract.
But Eddie
He's
Hearn didn't
involved
say
in
that
the
either.
fight. So
Eddie Hearn didn't say
only
that
go
either.
by that.
Eddie Hearn didn't say that either.
White
The manager
said
didn't
he
say
sent him a
you tried to put it on the
contract.
manager a couple of minutes ago,
Yes,
and
we
now you're
did.
trying to put it on Eddie Hearn. Neither guy said that.
Eddie Hearn is the one who would handle the business, so he's the one who would
Again,
have
a minute
the
ago, you were
contract.
talking about Ortiz's manager. Now that you're getting debunked on the boxing
No,
voice,
no,
because Eddie Hearn
no.
didn't say shit about that in boxing
We
voice.
were
That
talking
was
about
Luis Ortiz's
Joshua and
manager.
Joshua. Listen, he was sent the contract by both fighters. He
He
never
wasn't sent
accepted
the
it.
contract by
And
either
I
guy.
get sick of hearing
He
that. I
wasn't
get sick of hearing that
sent
he's a
the contract by
boogeyman. That
either
you
guy.
can't name the fights that you can't name the fighters that actually ran away from him and didn't fight him. The dude didn't accomplish anything, and he's not a great fighter. Thank you very much.
Okay, cool. I mean, we're all entitled to our opinions.
Yeah, because you can't tell me what he did in boxing that was so great, can you?
Yeah.
What did Luis Ortiz do in boxing that made him great? What?
He got knocked the fuck out by Deontay Wilder twice.
Good.
What did
So,
Dillian White
hey,
do that made him great? What did Derek Chisora do that made him great?
He got
Derek
knocked.
Chisora is not a great fighter. Derek Chisora is
What
not a
did
great fighter.
Takum and Brazil
Now we can move
do
on
that
from
made
it.
him great?
Derek Chisora is not a great fighter. Next.
Yeah, but
What's the
apparently,
next question?
Wilder was ducking those guys to fight other not great fighters, right? Whatever.
Those were litmus tests. Those were top guys in the heavyweight
Right.
division.
They weren't top
He didn't
guys.
fight
Luis
Klitschko.
Ortiz was a top guy. Luis Ortiz was a top guy.
He didn't fight Joshua. He didn't
Luis
fight
Ortiz
White.
was a top
He
guy.
didn't fight David Hay. Wilder didn't fight anybody but Ortiz because that's the only one y'all could pull out your ass.
That's very cool. I guess he didn't fight
Okay.
Tyson Fury.
Was the heavyweight
He didn't fight
champion.
Tyson Fury. He lost to
He
Tyson
fought
Fury
him-
without fighting him.
He fought him
Got it.
3 times, and in those 3 times, he didn't
Oh, so he
accomplish
did
one
fight
victory.
somebody other than Luis
Not
Ortiz.
one
Okay.
victory.
So he did fight somebody other than
3
Luis Ortiz.
times, and he didn't
Cool.
win one fight.
So was that Luis Ortiz that you're talking about?
Jack Reese cheated him the first time.
Oh yeah, I mean I totally
Really? How did he do that?
Yes.
How did he do that?
Hold on, before we even go down that fucking rabbit hole again and start getting into that shit, Bermain Stavern was the heavyweight champion when Wilder beat him.
Congratulations.
I'm just saying.
Yes,
So
congratulations.
Congratulations. It's crazy how people move the goalposts
Good job, Jack.
when they try to point out the guys.
I
that
can
Wilder
tell you the
fought,
first.
who this guy
I
fought,
can
who that
tell you
guy
the
fought.
first champion that Wilder fought. He wasn't a champion at the time, but I can tell you the first champion he fought.
But you can't tell me how he said he's retired like 4 years ago, but he's still fighting.
Yes, I said it over and over again, and he's retired. You know why I said it?
Okay, so who is that guy fighting on October 15th?
Who?
I guess it's the Owl. I got it.
No. You said that guy. What guy are we talking about?
The guy you said was retired. That
guy. Name him. What's the guy's name, man?
What guy?
The guy who's the first. You're just about to tell us about the first fighter, the first champion he fought. That guy. The guy we're talking about. The subject of the topic.
Wilder. He's fighting Helenius. Great fight. Yeah.
The guy you said was retired, who's fighting on October 15th.
Yes, I said he was retired years ago, and I'm sticking by that because I said it over and over again. Yes.
He's retired, even though he just fought last year.
He just fought last year?
Time. And he's also he's about to fight. And he's about to fight again.
That's great. And when's the last time I said he was retired? How many years ago?
But he's retired?
How many years ago did I say he was retired?
He beat Big Pudding a couple years ago.
Big Pudding? Who's Big Pudding?
Right. He said that Troy said that the trilogy was never going to happen because Wilder was retired.
Exactly. I did say I have said all those things, but what does that have to do with the price of tea in China right now?
Right. What it has to do with is like I said, for some reason you can't figure out a way to say anything positive about Deontay Wilder for whatever reason.
I haven't said
no matter
anything
how wrong you are,
about him.
No matter how wrong you are, over and over again.
Negative about him.
Yeah,
either.
you have.
Where's the negativity of me saying
over and over again?
Where's okay? Smoke.
You just said something like in the last 5 minutes how he didn't fight anybody.
Tell me the negative things that I've said about.
Yeah, in the last 5 minutes, you just said how he didn't fight anybody outside of Luis Ortiz, and then I had to put on Tyson Fury,
which is a fact. That's not negative.
But okay, it's not a fact because he fought Tyson Fury.
Yes. Okay, Tyson Fury and Luis Ortiz.
But you just said nothing. First off, you said you didn't say anything negative about him. You did.
How is that negative?
And then secondly, the negative thing you said about him was false.
How is that negative and not an opinion?
Because you said he didn't fight anybody outside of Luis Ortiz. That is a negative statement. It's not true. A is negative and B is not true.
You have sensitive skin. I don't see what.
What I understand is I have a grasp of the English language.
I don't see the insult.
And you can troll somewhere else, bro. It's all good.
I don't see the insult in me.
I know you don't. There's a lot you don't see.
I don't see the insult in me saying he didn't fight anybody because he didn't fight anybody.
Like boxing matches.
He didn't fight
all
anybody.
You gotta do is tune in, bro.
Neither did AJ. Neither did AJ. So
I mean, his whole career is Fury and and Ortiz.
Yes, he's had 2 fights in his whole career. Gotcha. Wow,
that's the 2 top guys. You're gonna go down history of fighting. Okay, great. And Luis Ortiz is really what made him so great that everybody was on him. What was great about him?
Wilder had to fight.
I don't know. I mean,
he's crazy to me.
Listen, you all could talk and make up all the excuses you want. The fact is, he didn't fight any of the current.
It's crazy.
Outside of
Fury, fight anybody, but the guy's AJ was too.
Outside of Fury, he didn't fight anybody, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
All right, you just said it. You already said outside of Luis Ortiz, he didn't fight anybody.
Yeah,
you got to stop trying to be these guys in one fight.
Luis Ortiz is really a made-up guy because y'all can't tell me what he did.
He's made up. Yeah, he's a fictional character. Harry Potter and Luis Ortiz. Got it.
His greatness is fictional. Luis Ortiz's greatness is fictional.
So is Anthony Joshua's greatness.
Yes, of course he is, which we all know. That's a lie, so we're not gonna go down there. I understand that y'all super sensitive. I understand it's super sensitive when it comes to your kind.
It's not super sensitive.
No, we're good. We're
hold on. If we're gonna be rigid about the shit, we're gonna be rigid about the shit. Let's really break down Anthony Joshua's resume because I mean.
Go ahead. I
mean, wait, DJ. Before you do, Fury all he has is Wilder and Klitschko. That's all he's got.
Yes, he didn't fight nobody either. Steve Cunningham. He fought. Who else he fought? Klitschko, and then he fought Wilder.
Guess who the first guy? Guess who the first guy to beat Dexter Sawyer was?
Klitschko. I don't know, man.
No, that would be Tyson Fury.
Oh, Tyson Fury.
Guess who the first guy to stop Dexter Sawyer was?
He TKO'd him. He looks good as a southpaw, by the way. Fury. He was very smooth in that fight. Anyway, your point, Smoke.
The point is, all he's got is Wilder. And
Yeah,
Klitschko.
like I don't know why you're so sour. Like I don't know who took the jelly off your donut, bro.
Hang on. And when he beat Klitschko, no one gave a fuck. He didn't give a fuck.
Because that was one of the worst fights in all of boxing history.
Yeah, no one gave a fuck. My point.
That was one of the most worst. I couldn't watch it after that fight. Was
Again,
terrible.
my point. No one gave a fuck.
That fight was worse than Pacquiao and Floyd. That fight was worse than Pacquiao and Floyd, boy. Terrible.
I would love to
we here now.
Yeah, I would love to continue this chop obsession with you guys, but I got a live to tend to myself.
Oh,
and,
check you guys live. You know, what's your live, Smoke?
I am going to be.
What's the name of your podcast? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, it's just Get the Smoke. This is my
Okay.
channel. Yeah, this is my channel.
Okay, well, you know, I'll come support you just like you supported me, but try not to do the elementary bullshit and piss me off like
man. Listen, we are going to react. We're gonna engage with one another the way we engage with one another. I can tell you that I won't be as rude to you as you are to me, but I'm probably gonna still you tickle me. You know you do. Hold on a second.
He who holds the key. Remember that.
I put a StreamYard link. I put a StreamYard link in the private chat for you there, Troy. But I'm not trying to hang out with your friends and all that shit. All right, whomever.
It looks like Troy dipped out. Did he?
Nah, he didn't.
No, he got what?
Fuck you talking about?
Yeah, I already had the. I would stay around. Like ordinarily, I would just stay around and stick on this one. I didn't even realize, anyway, I'm not. But I already had this one scheduled, so I regrettably have to go. Till next time, boys.
Yeah. On that note, I'm gonna go put some work in. We'll see you guys probably lunchtime tomorrow.
All right, fellas. I appreciate everybody coming through, man. We had a great show today, man. This was fun. This was really fun. I had a lot of fun with this. I enjoyed. I even enjoyed Troy when Troy comes through here, man. He's aggravated as hell. He's a disagreeable son bitch, but you know what? He makes for a good show. You know, it's interesting to have those other points of view come through every now and then, but you know, just know we're all just sitting back with this look on our face. You know what I mean?
Dude said shields.
Said shield. We're all sitting back with that look.
I have to know, DJ. I asked him, I go, yo, man. I was like, so who do you like? Like, what kind of what's the boxers you like? This dude first, right off the top, Shields. I was like, oh, I was not expecting that. And he said the bag was in the UK. I've never heard that one. I've never heard that one ever in my entire life.
And he tried to act like he didn't say it, but it's all right though.
I never heard that.
All of this stuff is recorded, man. So
that dude
just know the whole time he talks, I'm sitting back with this look on my face, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, we were all like, "What?" He said, "What now? What now?"
Yeah.
Damn. All right, man. Much love. Get some rest over there.
Right, much love, everybody, man. We're going to go ahead and call it a night. We're going to shut it down. Thank y'all so much for coming through. I'm pretty sure Kyle thanks y'all as well. Kyle checked out on us early tonight, man. But shout out to everybody, man. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button on your way out. And thank y'all. Have a good night.
Got the roots. He let the beats build, bitch. And we never switch. Even if I'm rich, I'll be broke like I'm Mitch. Niggas talking down, but that's headed in the wrong direction. But I knock the shit out like the boxing section. Cause they can't touch what they can't see. All I gotta do is be the same me. All I gotta do is keep it cheap. Always be the same me. While I'm silent, boy, they can't change me. No.